Talk. Oh, what? Oh, it's starting. Oh, okay. Sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to post this.
A little technical difficulties. Just bear with us.
Post it.
I'm gonna do it.
Do you
Hold
know
on.
how to do on Blunt Wisdom? Okay. Give it to Sour. Post it on. That's the Blunt Wisdom page. Can you post the link? It's already copied. All you have to do is just paste it. Okay, sorry everyone. We had technical difficulties. Welcome back to Blunt Wisdom Podcast.
Welcome to Blunt Wisdom Podcast. We are your hosts,
Jazz,
Gina.
Welcome to our second live. If you missed the first one,
go back and watch that.
Go back and watch it. It's on there.
Fire.
Yes.
The energy was crazy.
Yeah, we did a live for Gina's birthday. That was super fun. Today's live is going to be a little different. We're going to be talking about
veganism.
Veganism.
Just facts about vegans. Facts about vegan food. What is it? People don't even know what it is, and we have some great guests. Including myself. I mean, they've been vegan a little bit longer than I have, but we're gonna share our stories.
Yeah. A lot of people always we're here to cater to different groups, right? Not every like we said before, we want this podcast to be educational, I guess, enlightening. So we would just want to have like different types of conversations, and I feel like veganism is on the rise. So why not share some information for the people, right? Yes. Real quick, I just want to say a big thank you to those who watched last week's episode. Last week's episode was a very tough episode to film, a very tough episode to put out, but it was one that we felt was necessary. And we just appreciate those who did watch, people who reached out. Thank you for your kind words. And just thank you for that.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel really relieved after that.
Me too. Yeah, I felt like a big weight was lifted off of me. But yeah, I just want to say thank you to those who did watch and people who reached out. It means a lot to us. We appreciate everyone's support, and we thank you for being there with us.
Fucking with us.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and bring our guests on.
Who are we bringing out first? All of us. Come.
Go. All right, I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. Actually,
let them have a seat. Damn.
Yeah, sorry. It's hot, guys. I'm stressed out. We had technical difficulties. It's been a lot. So, we can start from that end, and go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Liz, and I am Christy's best friend.
Hi, I'm Crystal.
I'm
Liz's best friend. This is weird. Like, this is my sister.
Oh yeah,
this is my sister.
She totally said, "Fuck my sister. This is my best friend."
I'm Sal, guys. I'm Crystal's boyfriend.
And these are token vegans. These are the vegans in my life.
We got the fam up here today.
Yeah. Why don't we kind of start with how long you guys been vegan?
I've been vegan for 7 years, so since 2016.
Gee, how long have you?
For me, on and off since 2020.
Wait, you said 6 years?
7 years.
Holy shit!
Still.
So I'm on like a 6.5 to almost 7. So yeah.
Oh my god, your time! I feel like it's been like 2 years. Holy shit! Time flies.
It's been at least 3 to 4 years.
Wow, look at that. So actually, let's take a step back because I totally forgot. Pass me the book.
Oh yeah.
We forgot our opener.
Candy book.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, I'm gonna tell you anyways. We start off our episodes reading from 3,000 Questions About Me. These are conversation starter questions, and I just think they're super fun. So I'm gonna let Christy tell me when to stop this time. We'll just do one quick one just for the
icebreaker.
Christy, tell me when to stop.
Where are you running?
Stop.
Going deep.
First or second page?
Second.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Damn, these are all good. Oh, this is a good one. How would you describe your sarcasm?
Oh.
And she a Virgo.
Or
Oh.
I would, how would I describe my sarcasm? It feels. I would say I would describe it as just I would say natural. Sometimes I don't even realize that I'm doing it. It kind of just comes out.
I was gonna say, how do you even explain
Yeah,
sarcasm?
word. I would say natural because it just comes off, and sometimes I don't mean to, but it's just there. Like it just comes out. Like I can't help it. Yeah.
I gotta be close to you to be sarcastic. I'm not
Really?
I'm not
Yeah.
very sarcastic. I'm usually like pretty chill and cheery until like you were like close to me, and then I can be
Then you
sarcastic.
fall.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd say maybe dark and kind of I told you so-ish.
Actually, yeah,
Definitely.
that's so true. Yeah, word.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's just,
Yeah,
it's like,
these two are two peas in a pod, bro.
if you know it's a stupid thing to say or a stupid question or something, like, why the fuck did you think of it anyway? So,
Yeah.
after you said it, my God.
Yeah, word. Okay. So, what made you want to be vegan? Like what yeah, like describe why you wanted to become vegan. Like what made you take that?
For me,
Like,
it
no.
was the ethics. I watched a video 7 years ago. It was called 101 Reasons to Go Vegan, something along those lines. You can find it on YouTube. And it's kind of like this guy, and he does like a seminar, and he just has like a whole bunch of people in the room. It's kind of like a classroom setting, and he just kind of does this really great like PowerPoint presentation, and it was pretty life changing. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. So go watch that video.
I agree. The more you look into it and like see, like for me, like same thing. Like my ex at the time, well, first of all, chicken has been turning me off for the longest time. Like just the texture of like the meat and stuff. Like I just got really turned off by it, and then I started doing research on like what they do to the animals, and you think for a second, like, damn, if they slaughtering all these animals and mistreating all these animals and we're putting that into our body, what kind of energy do you think that that's living inside of us? So you got to really think about what we're putting in our bodies because, you know, we grow up eating certain foods and we think it's just normal. But then as we get older, we start, you know, being more aware of what it is that we're eating, what it is that they put in certain things. So um, and that's what did it for me. And my ex was on the same type of time. We were living together, so it was just easier to do the same things. And I just stuck with it. Like it's been hard, but I love it, and I love the difference that it does to my body. Like sometimes I'll eat cheese. Like I'll say that I'm more of a vegetarian than I am a vegan. 'Cause cheese is a little bit hard for me, but I know dairy is like so bad for you. But yeah, I'm working on that.
Word. I'm not vegan, right? But
At all.
I'm not vegan. But what I what I did change was the type of meat that I would buy, the type of product, especially with A. Like I don't I try to buy him as much organic stuff as I can, grass fed stuff. Like I did switch, especially for A, just because again they put so much different shit in food, right? And um we grew up, you know, we ate whatever, but then it's just like as a parent, you kind of want the best for your child. So it's like that. I did switch. I I try to give him as much organic shit as possible. And we've even snuck in vegan stuff on him.
Yeah.
Like mac and
Absolutely.
cheese and nuggets and stuff. He
He
can't even tell.
he didn't
He
tell.
can't even tell.
If you're
He
watching,
can't
Yo,
tell.
the nuggets
the
be
Annie's mac
fire.
and cheese, the vegan one.
The Annie
holy
one,
shit,
and Annie's
yo,
be
that
having
shit be
some
slapping.
good shit.
Yeah,
That'd
they
be good.
have like cookie, like all the Annie stuff. I bought him the cereal, the cookies, all kinds of or stuff.
We'll be feeding
What?
Jazmine even some vegan stuff sometimes. Did you
Yeah,
know it?
yes. So that I will say, I have tried a couple of things, and it is crazy how similar it is. We went to we'll talk about this more later, but I went to a festival with them, Vegandale,
I want to go.
and I tried. It was supposed to be, I think, like ribs or something. It was supposed to be like beef, but
Grilled
bro, you
skirt steak or
can't
something like
even
that.
freaking tell. It's insane. But we'll dive into that later. What made you want to be vegan?
So originally, I started getting like these really bad gallbladder pains, and every night, like I was feeling like shit, because my chest and my back would be hurting simultaneously, and I would just be like, "Fuck, man! Like, what's going on with me?" So finally went to the hospital, and whatever, and then after I got that shit removed, well, actually before that, my mom wanted me to take a more natural route. Our mom. She wanted me to go see this Dominican lady who's like a nutritionist, and she made me like go on a like completely raw diet, and in case I have to delve into that, raw diet is just everything is as served as is or cooked up to 115 degrees Fahrenheit.
Because they say it loses its nutrients once you cook it down,
Yeah,
right?
it's true.
Certain foods, depending
Certain
on which one it
foods.
is.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But after that, like at first that I guess restricting myself during that time frame felt harder because I had to do it for my surgery or so that I would prevent going to surgery. But, no matter what, I still ended up getting it done because it turns out that I had a really bad gallbladder. Anyway, what made me go the more deeper part, I started when they told me that I can eat anything as normal as is after the surgery. I started feeling like shit, and anytime I tried any type of meat products, I believe like one day I was just having bistec a la mexicana, and after I had that,
Talk. Yeah.
shit, where was I?
You haven't bistec la mexicana.
Yeah, and then I felt like shit afterwards. So now I started becoming a pescatarian, and then once I tried being a vegetarian, I found that to be a joke because I was just like, I can't.
What's the point?
I already like I'm already intolerant to dairy, and no matter what, I was also like kind of being turned off from all dairy products. So, but I did use that time frame to kind of like dig deeper into veganism and just kind of like uncovering all the beauty parts of it. Like most people think it's just like a healthy route or whatever, but honestly, it's just more than that. It depends on what healthy is to you.
Right.
Is that your mental health? Is that your physical health? Is that like emotional health? Things like that. And I feel that the best thing that you can do is just have patience because nothing is always as easy, but
Yeah.
and maybe accepting that you're still eating meat or anything like that might be easier for you because okay, well, I'm already 32 and I'm used to it. It's
Right.
kind of a bullshit excuse
It
to
is.
like not go for something that you've been curious about at least just maybe like 7 days or something. Always have an open mind. Like my ADHD kicked in and I kind of went through different topics, but
No, that's good. I just
Sal,
take the
what made
people
you be?
just
What
as what
made
it's
you
for.
become vegan?
Initially, it was really for kind of my mother because her doctor had been telling her that she really needs to be cutting back on red meat, pork, stuff like that. And usually, in things like that, it's kind of genetic. So, I started cutting back on it and realized that it was actually causing a lot of stomach issues for me. So, from there, I just kind of slowly kept cutting out. First, it was pork, then it was red meat, beef, stuff like that. Then I just kept cutting back. I was up to white meat and just shellfish. Then I met this little bundle of joy. And since she was already vegan, I'm just like, I'm already halfway there. Might as well just jump in.
Right.
Why the hell not? So primarily like health issues and stuff like that. But and then press her. Why not?
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's interesting too because it's like most of the time when you have like issues with your body, you go to the doctor and they right away put you on medication. Oh, take this, take.
Yeah.
But it's really all about holistically and mentally. Like you can heal yourself. You don't need to be hooked on medication to make your body function the way it needs to. And that's why we're doing this podcast so we can sit here and educate you and show that there's other ways.
Yeah, word. What do you think was probably the hardest part of like the beginning stage of transitioning to fully vegan, or what steps did you guys take to transition?
I'd say convenience because we don't live in a vegan world and everything everywhere is just designed against veganism.
Yes, what,
Back
7
then.
years ago,
Yeah.
this wasn't as trendy.
Oh no,
Right.
So
there
it was harder to find products.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
There
The
was like no
most you could
Beyond
probably
Meat.
find.
There was no sheesh. I can't even. Yeah, there was no Impossible. Deo was probably the OG cheese.
That cheese is good. That's
It's
my
still-
favorite
yeah,
one.
They changed the formula over the years because
Did
they
they?
did not. Yeah, they did not taste like this.
It's like chickpeas mostly, right? That's how you make
I'm
the
not
cheese.
It's a
sure
bunch
at
of
this
different
point.
pea
It's all whole
proteins
peas.
and
nutritional
So-
yeast
and
gives it
nutritional
like
yeast.
that cheese.
I
like,
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really eat the alternatives as much as I used to because those are meant more so for you to be able to transition easily. Not that it's a bad thing to eat them; it's just they're processed, so you don't want to
Right.
eat too much of that either. Because if we're talking about health, obviously processed food in general is not good. So
Even the Impossible and
Yeah.
beyond, that's
Oh,
just not
heck
even
yeah.
good.
it's better to eat like whole foods,
Yeah.
plant based.
Yeah.
Pretty
Or
much the
like
deal
what
with
I
that.
do is I'll do like mushrooms. Like I was telling her, the
Oh, I love
oyster king
mushrooms.
oyster mushrooms.
Oof.
Oh, those are
hell
good.
Shred them shits up or chop it
Mhm.
up. However, you can even fry it, make it like a chicken cutlet or something.
Yeah.
I love
know.
mushrooms.
I used to
What
hate
would you
mushrooms.
say that what would you say that you're the hardest part for you?
Like she said, convenience. You go out to dinner or you go to a restaurant with
Mhm.
people and sometimes they don't have they have options, but it's not.
You gotta
It's
like dissect the
hard.
menu and you gotta tell them to take this out and that out or like replace this with that. It's just
Especially if your friends and family are not vegan, like it's really hard. It's really hard. That's why like for me, I say I'm more vegetarian because like let's say like pizza is like the easiest thing, or like
Yeah, we're
you go to a restaurant, you eat pasta, like all that stuff got like mostly like cheese and stuff in it. But dairy is dairy is so bad for you. Like it causes so much mucus in your body.
dairy
Like
is scary.
Dairy is
inflammation.
but
dairy
My
is
motto,
scary.
yeah.
word. But how I
Trademark.
transitioned, I was a pescatarian first. Like I cut out red meat. First thing I cut out was chicken because, like I said, like the texture of the chicken, like I don't know, it turned me off for such a long, long time. And then I cut out red meat, and I was just trying fish. And then from there, I was like, yo, if I'm gonna do all this, then I'm just gonna cut all that shit out.
Yeah.
Might as well. You're almost there.
I was vegetarian too for like the first 6 months and then I went fully vegan after that.
That's
So
like the gateway drug.
yeah, it was a good
Yeah,
way to
it is.
transition because I
Yeah.
think it would have been a big shock. And
Yeah,
also
like,
like
slowly work your way in there.
my family wasn't vegan, so I was just like,
It's hard.
oh.
Yeah. What would
And
you
eggs
say
come from
your-
chickens, so
Yeah.
What would you say that your toughest part was?
So my toughest part was, I guess, disassociating the diet part of it versus, like, I guess, the more health part of it. So during that time, I was still going through, like a little rabbit hole of, body dysmorphia, and I was trying to keep the weight off as much as possible because I had just lost already so much weight after I was transitioning from pescatarian to vegetarianism, then straight to veganism. So during that time, I just wanted to keep the weight off as much as possible. I was going to the gym about like fucking 6 times a week. Most days I was doing like double to triple classes back to back. So, like I did whatever I could. So really that was like the hardest part for me. It was just like more like my mental health. Because for a while I was a raw vegan and it's good to do it, but
Yeah.
after a while, it's kind of like, fuck, dude, I'm cold in like 84-degree weather.
She was frail.
Aw.
My sister said I look fucking gray, or like sometimes like crackhead or something. So
Yeah,
because
because it was stupid skinny.
It's hard to
Like,
maintain
yeah,
the
yeah,
raw
yeah.
diet, but you were
It's-
super skinny that
Yeah.
time. You were like,
Sometimes you gotta do that for your body, and then like
Kinda like
just
a
a
detox,
detox.
yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, it's a great detox, I
Yeah.
would say. But
Mhm.
for like long term, the only person I've ever known that could do it is Fully Raw Christina. She
Yeah.
literally could. I think it's because she has like the resources. It's if
Mhm.
you have the resources, if you have that food on hand, if you could grow that in your backyard,
Right.
then you
Absolutely.
probably could do it. But
Right.
for me, I like my cooked beans. I like my rice. I
Right.
cannot
Yeah.
cook food out personally.
No,
Word.
absolutely.
It makes it not fun. Like
Yeah, because there's so many creative things you can do
absolutely.
with those
That's
dishes.
that's one of the biggest things I love about being vegan. It's so creative. Like you could get so creative with it and recreate and redo things that you would eat just in a vegan way.
It makes
Yeah.
you look
Yeah.
at food in a whole different light.
I don't
and-
even miss it. Like I be
Right.
full. Like
Yeah.
mhm.
You
Sure.
take the best shits when you're
Facts. Facts.
Oh man, if you were constipated then, or like what I will say too is that I had like a very irritable bowel, or really during that time I was going through like I don't know if, well, they say that it's normal, but usually like if you're transitioning to a vegan diet, then more than likely, because of the shift of the diet, you're going
lot
to
of
be
extra fiber.
constipated for like the first maybe 2 to 3 weeks. But it also depends on your gut health too. So that's also the best thing about veganism too. That shit reversed any type of non-gut health that I didn't have.
Yeah, for real.
Awesome.
Anyway, next
Now.
question.
What was the toughest part for you?
Mine wasn't as fun as any of that. Personally, for me, it was really just my family, as bad as that may sound. Not that they weren't supportive or anything like that. It's just anytime they wanted to eat, anytime they wanted to go out or have fun, family barbecues, any kind of family gathering, it was always, bistela mexicana, steak, pretty much grilled steak, grilled everything, chicken, beef, patties, hot dogs, anything like that. And traditionally, Mexican has a lot of meat in the diet. If we have it, we got it. We're doing it. So, having to get anything like that, everything from
yeah,
like
that's
fucking.
probably I would imagine that's the hardest part when it's just you and I know when we like go out, Christy always has to like end up eating potatoes because it's like
It's either
no,
baked
there's not
potato or a
spice.
house salad.
Oh,
But
yeah,
like factuals though, I love the shit out of it because I'm a big fucking potato head.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a spud head for sure.
Potatoes are the best.
But
What's your
like,
favorite kind of potato?
currently,
Japanese dual potato.
definitely, yeah, Japanese sweet potatoes.
Ooh, those are good.
Those will make you
Hands
melt.
down.
Those are
Amazing.
good. There was a farmers market in Atlanta when I used to live out there. They had the freshest vegetables, and that's one of the potatoes that was so good. That's why I first tried it. But those are good.
So fire.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Could go for one right now, honestly.
But
I
that sounds
Order
good.
them in the cupboard right
But
now.
I used to I be bringing my, like, if I have a barbecue or something with family, I'll bring my own food.
Yeah,
Like my
word,
own
yeah,
vegan
yeah,
burgers
same
and
here.
vegan hot dogs or some shit.
Same.
yeah, no, that's like I said, but now because it's so popular, it's so much easier to find things to bring. Like
Oh,
now when we have like barbecues and stuff, Christy brings like her patties or like vegetables or whatever the case is. So it's just that's the good thing, right? That it became so popular that now everything's a lot more accessible. Like you have so many different things that they even have vegan chorizo for.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
have so many
I've
different
made it from
options.
scratch.
I surprised Dad one time with making sausage and peppers. He was like, "Oh fuck, that
He didn't
shit
even
was
know.
hitting."
If
Yeah.
you season the shit right, or you season it the same way you would season certain meat, it gives it that same like
Oh,
taste.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't just be like a salt and pepper type.
It's
person.
all
Nah,
it's
hell
all
no.
in the
Nah.
seasoning.
That's just
Absolutely.
spicy.
Because you're not gonna have some raw chicken.
You
or
know what
raw
I'm saying? No, you
steak.
gotta. That's the best part about veganism is that you can make anything. Like I be coming up with the craziest shits most of the time. Ideas. Sorry.
Yeah.
Those two, though.
I mean, everything.
But like you can even make cheese. Like you can make like a version of nacho cheese. With just using red bell peppers, carrots. I think it's like a half of a potato, whatever.
Onion.
And
Blend
then
it?
Yeah.
Onion,
yep, you
cooked up,
emulsify,
blended.
blend it, and everything.
And then you get the nooch all up in that shit.
Exactly. Oh man,
Always
that
the
nooch
nooch.
is such a
It's a
lifesaver.
game changer.
It really is a game changer for
Nooch.
sure. You said nooch?
Nooch.
Nutritional yeast,
Nutritional
for
yeast.
those that don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. With that cheese.
That's our cutesy name for
Yeah,
it. Like blueberries, we say bloobs, you know?
Hilarious. What
Could y'all? I don't. Are you in a relationship?
Yes.
Could, if you weren't, say, could you be with someone that wasn't vegan?
Uh,
I don't think I could. and
no
I'm single.
offense to anybody out
don't think I
there. I
could.
mean, I'm in a committed relationship anyway, but I would not be able to personally.
He's vegan, obviously.
We went vegan at the same time. Yeah. So
personally, no. I already tried that, and that wasn't a fun experience. And then one time I was forced to like basically make them a chicken farm, and I have anxiety and panic
not.
disorder. So just seeing the chicken like right in front of me, like I just went numb. Like I was just cold. So what a chicken parm is probably supposed to take you like, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes or something like that to prep and whatever. That shit took me 2 hours. And the first like hour and 15 minutes, that was just me like trying to like, really get into the mindset of, okay, I have to do this, I guess. And after that I was like, nope, completely done. That did it for me. And
Yeah.
that I felt like I vowed to never no never again.
Sal? That's a correct one.
Well, luckily I don't have to. But I don't think I would personally mind, but it would definitely get
Complicated.
difficult and complicated,
Yeah.
especially if, like, personally, just not being vegan in general has its own health complications, just like being vegan has some of its own health complications. But me personally, knowing that there's an easy way to to avoid all those things, and you're just ignoring it and not listening to me,
Yeah,
to me, it's like, hey, you're hurting yourself, and you want me to watch.
It's just hard.
it's not-
'cause
yeah,
it's two
it's hard.
conflicting ideals
yeah,
too.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
especially if you want to get to the next level and you live together or you get married and you have children, like you want to have the same viewpoints on a
exactly.
lot
You
of
wanna also
things.
different
So
mindsets.
Like there's a vegan, we call it like a vegan mom in YouTube, Ellie Fisher.
Ellen
Right.
Fisher.
Ellen
Oh
Fisher,
my
she is
gosh.
the
I love
shit.
that
The
lady.
absolute she's awesome. Queen
Yeah.
vegan.
She is definitely queen vegan. She has what, like 5 healthy vegan children. They live in
Nice.
Hawaii.
Yeah, nice.
Beautiful life. Documents everything. She's very educational too, and she's really a big advocate of giving birth at home. And she like does a whole like yeah, like
I
she's
love
very
that.
very natural.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, she's really cool. Like she just has such an open
She
mind
does.
because I mean she even did like a podcast too on, I believe it was like natural ways or like easy ways to give birth at home.
Mhm.
And then one of them was like, I guess, which is becoming like a hot topic.
Home
I
birth?
guess.
Home birth.
I would love to
No.
do that.
Water
Like, I
births?
guess orgasming.
Oh,
during
like
a birth?
sexual. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were
really?
talking about sexual wellness or
Supposedly
something.
when you do that or something like that, it's supposed to kind of just add that
That
oomph
is
to like
interesting.
get that little
Yeah.
fucker out.
So
you know?
I can see that
That's
because
news to
technically
me.
when you orgasm, your uterus contracts.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I could see where that plays, but that's kind of like weird.
I was gonna say, yeah, you had Adriel.
Yeah.
Hey, we got
Yeah.
some questions in here.
Okay.
It says, does your kids have to be vegan? For me, I'm gonna answer it first. I would like to my kids are firstborn. I would open them up to that life, and then and try. But as they get older, if they wanted to do something else, then by all means, I would want them to make their own decisions. But absolutely, I would try at least to raise my children to be vegan because I think it's a healthy route. And if I'm gonna be vegan while I'm pregnant, then I would want them to carry that on for as long as they can.
Yeah, if I decide to have children, I would totally have them be vegan, under my roof for sure. Like Gina said, I would if they grew up and they were like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's their life. I'm not going to force them. But personally, if you're coming to my house, you're eating vegan. That's it. It's a vegan house.
Yeah,
And you could do that unvegan stuff outside.
What about you?
Yeah, no, definitely. I would definitely try and, like do my best. I feel like if I can trick Jazmine to eat something vegan, and it's not necessarily about tricking or enticing or anything like that. It's just more or less, like becoming comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to be, still following like some type of omnivorous diet or some type of carnivorous diet strictly, then why would I want to not evoke
Just
that on my
listen.
child? Like, why would I not want to like teach them
That's not
what's a
what I
better
said.
way to eat or anything like that?
I'm sorry to cut you off. Someone wrote in the chat here. Hold on. Do vegans have more orgasms?
You said vegans have more orgasms.
No,
That's not what she said.
That was about the
No.
births. It's a new
talking
thing
about
coming up
giving
in
birth.
births. Birth giving.
But I will say,
I mean,
I will
vegans
say,
do have
though-
better pussy, and I mean,
it's all natural, baby. All natural.
Awesome. Sal.
Yeah.
Sal, when you guys have kids, are you gonna make them vegan?
Honestly, for me, it's pretty much the same thing, same kind of answer. I would give them the information, raise them as is, with whatever it is that we're doing at the moment. Same way we were raised, but give them the option, give them the facts, let them know what each thing will, cause. And, everything's going to be cause and effect. You're going to, whatever you put into yourself is going to be going to have something that either helps you or harms you or whatever.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I would imagine, like we said, it's like kind of like the family thing. Like, if you yourself are, then inevitably your children are going to be, right? Like, I'm not gonna tell you that I'm gonna make other a vegan because
you're not
you know what?
vegan.
Yeah, but like I said, like the only
Give it a
thing that
shot.
I changed was like the organic stuff, and he's not allowed to have fast food. He's not allowed to have soda. He's not allowed to have a lot of things for the sake of I want him to be healthy, right? Then later in life, when he is older, then if he wants to go ahead and get McDonald's, go ahead. I told him he has to wait till he's 18.
I mean, it's like with anything else.
And if I'm the one babysitting him, then all
And
his
again,
tacos con crema and
we've
grilled
snuck vegan
cheeses
stuff in there.
vegan baby.
We've snuck
Vegan.
things in there for him, like nuggets and whatnot, and he can't even tell the difference. So
Yeah, no.
it is what
Nope.
it is.
The next question is, do you miss meat?
Not at all. I think for me, the hardest thing to let go of, and it's gonna sound really weird, is honey, because I'm Albanian and we have this mountain tea that we drink like every
Well, you
winter.
can't eat honey.
No,
Really?
you can't have. Oh yeah, no,
So,
you can't have honey.
Depending
Yeah.
of which veganism
yeah.
it is, and no animal byproduct or anything that comes from an animal
Nothing with a
Exactly.
you would
face.
use.
But yeah, honey was my hardest thing to let go of, and honestly, that was probably like the only thing. And once I let that go, it was a breeze for me. So no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I like family stuff or just cookouts. Period. Like the smell of like a steak smells so good. But yeah, I mean,
Told me.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever miss meat?
Don't get me wrong. There are certain things that do bring nostalgia, and one of them was when I had a jamon iberico in Barcelona. So whenever I'm a huge viewer of like cooking videos, like I'm on YouTube like constantly.
Loves cooking videos.
I really
bro.
do.
Holy crap!
I love cooking, but whenever I do see them use like jamon iberico or something like that, I'm just like, damn, like that shit was fire. But at the same time too, I always take my experiences and I'm just like that already satisfied me
Right.
enough.
comes and goes. Though.
Right. For me, like the main thing that I guess was difficult moving away from was like seafood. I was a big seafood head at the time.
Still is.
And yeah, because like sometimes I'll look at videos and stuff like that, or like I'll even crave it sometimes, but I'm not gonna act on it either because it's like
Dirty.
no, man. you know,
Dude.
No
you know
point,
that
no
shit's
point.
gonna fuck you up, man. Yeah,
Your
Yeah,
internal
exactly.
voice.
You pay for it.
It's not
Yeah.
worth
Your
worth
body
the,
pays
it's
for
not
it.
worth the aftermath.
Yeah,
Especially
no,
after so long of
absolutely
not having it,
Yeah.
your body reacts differently.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Do you ever miss
Does.
meat?
Absolutely. Specifically, just something that I've always had growing up the entire time was chorizo.
Mm-hmm.
So like a nice refried beans with chorizo mixed into it.
God damn.
The way my godmother used to make it, which I would absolutely always love, and I used to call them orange beans. You would fry the chorizo up, and it would leave a nice orange
Yeah.
oil at the end, and then you use that oil to refry the beans.
That's why we fat.
Comes out that is absolutely why most Mexicans are fat as shit.
Yeah.
So things like that, I definitely miss.
Yeah. We always do this thing where we reminisce on like our childhood favorite restaurants. And we're always like, if you can have whatever place, like what meal would you have? And we're always like, oh, we have there was a Chinese place that we used to go to, and they had like these banging ribs. And I always tell Christy, like, if you could for a day, if it was to come back, would you actually eat it?
Without hesitation. Without hesitation.
Yeah, and I think it's more because we know that it's never gonna come back.
Yeah, we
know it's never actually gonna happen.
What was it that I did? I asked you guys, if you guys had like the time stone or something, and you can only bring back something for like 2 minutes. You had 2 minutes to like basically just like fucking eat it and
I
whatever.
was
Enjoy
pissed.
it.
It's like, bro, but it's 2 minutes, 6 minutes. Like that's not long enough for me to enjoy
Not
a
if you
meal.
start letting out.
I would literally have
Yeah,
to.
but you'd be able to taste it again, man. It'd be
Yeah.
got the taste back in your mouth.
Remember that when I said old Johnny's. Like
Oh,
old
yeah,
Johnny's
old Johnny's.
reef. Yo,
Yeah.
We always have this
Bronx
debate.
niggas out there,
You
y'all know
think Johnny's is better than Tony's?
15 years ago,
No
Johnny's?
way.
Hell yeah. Not even 20, 30 years ago, Johnny's?
We're
Hell
talking
yeah.
about City Island for people
Oh,
who
yeah.
don't know.
If you know,
Spot in the back. If you know, you
yeah,
know.
Johnny's or
Word.
Tony's is always the situation. We always grew up on Johnny's, and like I said, 30 years ago, Johnny's, 20 years ago, Johnny's was the shit. Yo, Gati, oh my god, when she gets up here, Gati even has them on her phone. Like she calls to see when Johnny's is gonna open.
Yeah. She has them on speed dial.
Yeah, like literally, I think the day that they opened this season, we went.
Yeah.
I mean, they went. Yeah,
That shit was marked on the calendars. Everybody was ready to go.
Yeah.
We're big Johnny.
What is your favorite vegan dish or meal?
I'm gonna have to think about this one. You just get me.
All right, for me, regular shit, rice, beans, tostones, or like pasta.
Ooh.
That's what I basically eat all the time anyway.
Well, actually, was it that? The tteokbokki.
Oh, we
The
did that.
tteokbokki,
Tteokbokki.
tteokbokki dish. You put the rice cakes in the sauce basically, and then you use what was it, cheese?
Yeah, so it's small little tube rice cakes. You heat those up kind of like pasta. It was a red pepper paste that gets turned into a nice like sweet kind of like a teriyaki type, but more a little bit spicier sauce, and then you put cheese on top of it and let that melt. That shit was pretty good.
Awesome.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
This is why I couldn't answer.
It's a lot.
There's so many,
It's
so many
much.
things.
That's why I picked the basic. I was like,
Oh shit! I'm about to put my place on blast. But anyway, like if I could go back, I would have the vegan ramen at Yokoya. Like, I wish that place would come back. Oh, and Burger Lords.
Ooh.
Burger Lords
Burger
will
Lords is
make
good.
you
Oh,
go
Burger
cross-eyed.
Lords.
That's how
Where was that?
fucking good
It's
that is.
this
California.
burger place out in California.
Yeah.
Absolutely
That was
amazing.
Oh,
shit.
that was so good.
I want to go to Cali just for vegan food.
No,
Cali
it's
has
the-
some of the
it's the
best
shit out
fucking
there.
vegan
It's
food.
tits.
That's the vegan scene,
Right?
For sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's
Yeah.
definitely more popular.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The West
yeah.
Coast.
We
yo,
went to
it's where I'm at.
we went to Oktoberfest, vegan Oktoberfest. I believe that was 2 years ago or something like that. And we were just enjoying like a whole bunch of like vegan beers and ciders and different drinks. But also there was this ginormous stand of just these ladies like friggin' making tortillas a mano, and we literally got every single taco that they offered in there.
Had vegan
We were like,
carnitas,
"Oh."
vegan chorizo, vegan adobado, vegan al pastor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good.
I
Everything.
can just imagine.
Not to mention there was another truck right next to it that was vegan donuts. They had the best vegan
Ooh.
Boston cream donut I think I've ever had in that shit.
Damn.
Anytime you're in the
I want
West,
to go to Cali. I'm about to book my flight.
go to Voodoo Donuts.
Voodoo donut.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, their vegan donuts are bomb. They have like non-vegan donuts too, but their vegan flavors. I have the Portland cream all the time. It's the best. My favorite. So I definitely suggest. Oh, and I want to say one more thing. My favorite dish currently is ramen. Vegan ramen. A nice vegan ramen, probably miso.
Yeah,
Nice.
so good.
My favorite vegan dish is white rice and beans.
So
Nope.
basic.
I could eat freaking rice all day, every day. Rice is oh
Yeah.
my god, I love rice.
I love
can't get
rice
enough
too.
of
Too bad you
fucking
never
rice.
finished your food, but whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh,
I
you know what's
really?
good?
On blast.
Vegan lasagna.
Oh,
That's
girl.
fire.
My
Yo,
like
my
first
dad-
things. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No,
Go,
you're
go, go.
good. No, wait, you go.
I go. My first Thanksgiving, I made the most bomb ass vegan vegetable lasagna, and I've never recreated it ever again. And I'm so sad.
Okay, I was gonna talk about that one.
Oh, yeah.
My dad, he makes a fucking
Ooh,
mean
word.
want
vegetable lasagna.
Coming
And
over.
he does
Right.
it every now and again. He's like, yeah, I can only make it like several times. It's a pain in the ass because he actually does, like thinly slice all the vegetables and everything. And
Like holidays.
oh, girl, that comes out perfect.
I got one even better than that. Your dad's potato croquettes.
My dad's the best.
Her dad is the best.
So
For a man that
true.
isn't
Yeah.
vegan,
family
that
line of
dude cooks
chefs.
Yeah, for real,
amazingly
though. That's where
vegan.
Christy gets her creative cooking from. I
Yeah,
know
for
it.
Those vegan croquettes were the shit, though, man.
Because you love potatoes too.
That's
Sure.
why.
She loves potatoes.
Butthead.
She had been crying about not being able to have those croquettes for I think the entire time that we've been together.
I ate them so fast.
He finally made them. I
Dad's
think
gotta
last
get back
year.
on it.
Damn, we finished all that. It was a whole tray.
Awesome.
Well, like
Damn,
30 something
dog.
potatoes.
Yeah.
That shit was big, man. We ate the shit out of that.
Hey, that's what they were made for, right? To
Yeah,
eat them.
Damn right.
So why not? We're going to not kick Sal out, but we're just gonna change guests because we're gonna give Kati a chance to come on.
We got a lot
Switch it
more
up.
questions.
Bye.
Shout out to the crowd, the audience.
Yeah, we're
Word.
All the
Let's
questions.
bring
We're
on
gonna get
our-
to them. Don't worry.
our pescatarian.
I hear paparazzi.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Lady in purple. out
Lady
there.
in
Hey.
purple.
Shout out to the
Kati.
purple. Wait, Kathy, why you wearing purple?
Oh, shout out to my girl because she likes purple a lot.
Hey,
Hey.
shout out to your girl.
Aw.
That's the first thing I said to her when she walked out. I said, "Yo, I like your outfit.
Or I gotta stay fresh, you know.
Looking
Pretty
real
nice.
vintage. I love it."
Word.
Appreciate it. Thank
So
you.
go ahead and introduce yourself. How long you been pescatarian?
Oh yeah. So my name is Catherine. I've been pescatarian for about since maybe 2019, 2020 around there. Yeah, it's been a while. It took some time to like get used to it, but I feel like you have to have an open mind to want to try new things.
What made you give up meat?
I would say really I just got really tired of the taste, the smell, and especially when I used to go through like stomach aches, especially when it came down to if let's say the person when you're trying to order takeout messes up, like it becomes raw or it's old. I just basically got tired of it, basically just getting sick. So I just changed for pescatarian.
Nice.
And so it's been great so far.
And you dabble in vegan.
Yeah.
stuff too,
So it's like for me, when I used to eat meat, I used to treat myself to eat meat, like steak, chicken, and all that. I used to like get used to it just the diet wise because I used to be like a little bit chunkier, I'll admit, but once I dove into that, then I got start tired of being sick. So then that's why I treat myself as when I'm pescatarian, to some like fish and all that because it's not actually too good to eat too much of like seafood because
Yeah,
cholesterol.
I think anything like in excess
Yeah.
is not good.
Yeah, but
Mercury and all that in it.
vegan options like that's my go-to. I made even a couple of dishes myself.
You chop cheese.
Yeah, a little chop.
Oh,
Yeah,
vegan chopped cheese goes crazy.
yeah, some either chopped cheese or some empanadas, and I even made some banging ass tendies or wings or whatever you want to call it. Some garlic parm and all that. Yeah, shout out to my boy Steve. My boy Steve out there, like, man, I miss you so much, man. That's how we became like bros right there.
You said it before I did. That's my man.
Yeah.
I miss you, baby.
Aw, yeah.
Aw.
That's my boy right there.
That's a good question. What are some misconceptions? Read the last part, Cassie. You should.
What are some misconceptions you know or hear about people who are vegan?
We'll start off with
Yeah.
Know or hear about people who are vegan.
Misconceptions. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a good question.
Oh,
Mhm.
actually, before you answer that, I asked this to Christy the other day because I saw it on the show, but I think it's an interesting question. What do you say to those who say that technically, because a big thing of veganism is that you're saving animals and blah 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 blah. But then there's the other theory that technically you are taking away from animals as well because a lot of the stuff is like plants and seeds and blah 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 blah. So I had asked her, but what would you say to that?
So that you're taking away from them?
From like the smaller animals.
Okay.
What he said exactly.
I would say that we breed like cows and chickens and pigs in high amounts, and they probably outnumber humans at this point. So when you really think about it, all of the food that they eat is so much more food that you could just cut the middleman out. Like instead of feeding them that food, you could take all that and just feed the population. So you're not really taking away from, we're not really taking away from them. The percentage of vegans in the world is way less, anyways, and way less than those animals. Those animals eat more of those foods than we do at this point. So I'd say, yeah, we don't do that at all.
Think about it. There is no way that there's enough animals in this world to feed all the meat that they produce in the world, like, that they give out to the people. Like that's factory shit. That's not even half that shit is not even animals.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So it's like wouldn't we rather be eating plants that grow naturally than it is to be killing all these animals? That's you're not even killing animals itself.
What would you say to that? I forgot what you told me when I asked you.
I forgot what I said too because I wish I was prepared, man. But what was the question?
Okay, so you know how it was in Yellowstone that the girl was like a vegan protester or whatever, and that he was like, well, technically, you're taking from smaller animals because you're taking like seeds and plants and blah 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 blah. Blah. So that's like something that people throw back to like, to vegans, like, well, you're not really doing anything because you're taking from that. What would you say to that?
I'd say that's cute.
Nice try.
No matter what, I feel like, and this can go definitely into the vegan misconception too. Is that no matter what, when we do try and have like a peaceful conversation or just like being informative and everything, people say, I don't want you to throw your agenda down my throat, and it's kind of like who's throwing it? Like why should you feel pressured by the fact that I just want to have a simple conversation
Off
with
the
you
truth.
or whatever? And then basically with this relating to that is I feel like people always try and throw some type of bullshit excuse for not being open-minded and wanting to stick to one simple way of eating. Props to you if that works out for you. If you have a clean bill of health, awesome. But if you're gonna keep, just like ration on people just because they do follow a vegan or what's that other one called? Plant-based diet.
Plant-based, yes.
You know, um if you're gonna keep rationing on people like that, then obviously there's something wrong with you. And if it makes you that uncomfortable, then all you have to simply do is just turn around and mind your business. That's it.
That's where I mean point blank, right? I think
Yeah.
that goes with anything. If you're though everyone has difference of opinions, right? But if you can't have a constructive, open conversation, then it leads to nowhere if you're just set on one mindset and you're not going to be open to hearing the other side and just learning from them, because you can learn from everyone, right? You can learn something. It's just if you're not going to have a conversation where it's constructive and you're going to hear the other person, then don't have the conversation.
The truth makes people feel uncomfortable because with truth comes growth, and not a lot of people are willing to do that.
At that point, I don't even like waste my time with
Entertain
people
it,
like
exactly.
that because I could reach someone else in the time that I'm using to talk to you about this. If you're not even going to listen, then what's the point?
And my thing too is, so people like to also randomly remember like topics of history or anything like that, and people will say, well, our ancestors used to eat meat. They used to be hunters and gatherers. Right? That was because it was a necessity.
Yes.
Okay.
And because the animals were totally different then than they are now.
I mean, yeah, no, for sure. But at the same time, too, yeah, because it was a necessity back then, natural selection and everything. Much like how people want to throw out that saying, oh, it's 2023, like you should be having like updated technology and shit. Okay, we have all these other resources to avoid consuming meat, avoid causing harm on another being, or like causing extra harm to like our planet. So no matter what, I still don't understand why there's always just such a tug of war with just this topic alone.
Yeah, I think it's because it's just different, right? And some people just can't get with it or just don't understand it. So when you don't understand something and you're not willing to understand it, you're just gonna fight back. And that's with anything. Like I said, everyone has different opinions. Yeah. So if you're not with it and you're just set on one thing, you're never gonna be open to understanding it or willing to understand it. You know what I mean?
People
so I think
don't
that's
want
with everybody.
change. People get comfortable and stay stuck in a certain mindset, and that just is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Let's answer a couple of questions. We have some good ones here. This one says, "Oh, Kati, what's in the vegan chopped cheese?"
Oh, hey, what's up?
Bringing it
So like the typical thing, you got like well, it would be like basically the Impossible or the Beyond, whatever you prefer. The ground beef, and then you do a little bit of the chop, like the cheese. When it comes to that, you can do like the American cheese or Swiss cheese,
Vegan cheese.
or no, like the vegan cheese. That's what I'm talking about. The mozzarella, you can do that, and then that's when you throw in the lettuce, tomato, it's salt and pepper, put a little bit of ketchup, little mayo right there. Yep, all vegan, please.
Yes, gotta make sure you say it.
And then always, always, always toast your roll, toast your hero, however you want to go. Long, all that with the foot long, whatever. Go for it. I'm telling you, man. Change it.
What are the best sources of protein? Greens?
Beans.
Yeah, beans.
Definitely.
Definitely beans. Definitely beans.
Oh no, but for sure, like beans, lentils, cruciferous vegetables. Basically, all the dark leafy greens. Basically,
like definitely soy, like
tofu.
Natural soy.
But isn't too much soy not good?
That's a misconception.
That is
That is a huge misconception.
Even for men, it's still a misconception
because it has phytoestrogen. It's not the same estrogen that is within
produced, like human.
Yeah, within a human body. So they just took that and spun it around and made it into this big whole thing. Soy is great.
Again, a spinning type topic about wanting to deter people away.
Right. No, exactly.
Yeah.
But think about it. Like Japanese people eat soy. They consume it in such high amounts. And if they had issues, it would have been known at this point. They have a healthy population. So
Kat, did you have any other sources of protein?
No, I was really thinking more of the damn, now I forgot. No, the soy. The soy.
Soy for you.
Yeah.
Mushrooms, you said?
Mushrooms.
Yeah, mushrooms too.
Yeah, mushrooms are great.
And all types of melons, like anything, any fruits with like seeds. or seed and stuff.
I think so.
I'm
Yeah.
Because
I'm
there's
going to do for
Peanut
is that
Yeah, I
butter?
think so.
peanut
I think
butter is
so.
not
I
even
think so.
good for
Right?
you because it doesn't digest. It stays stuck.
Word? I didn't know. I love me some peanut
Oh
butter.
yeah, that is actually what
Oh.
the nutritionist lady she was telling me. That basically with heavy or more starchy, not starchy, highly
Carbonated.
foods,
Not carbonated.
or fruits really should be eaten on
Carbohydrates.
their own. So like melon, watermelon, papaya, those kind of fruits should really be eaten solely because there's something in the enzymes that don't really like break down correctly. So
You mean by themselves? Like you
yeah,
can't
no,
mix
like you
them?
can eat.
Or-
Yeah, they have to be eaten alone. It's
word.
better that way.
Wait,
health
what
wise.
about with like passion fruit on papaya? Because I do that and it's so good.
Girl, do you?
Okay, I'll do me
Right.
because that shit is so good.
This is a good question. This is from Alexia, and I'm saying her name because I'm gonna show you why. It says, "Any tips for someone who is picky but is interested in veganism?" Also, shout out to Crystal and Liz.
Oh, snap-a-doodles.
Hey.
What
For
do you say to
someone
that?
who's picky.
As someone who's picky and is interested in being vegan, like what would be your tip to that person? I would say definitely start with what you like, obviously. So
I was gonna say the same thing.
you know, it doesn't have to be as restrictive as you think. Again, you know, like we have so many options now, where you could actually start off with, you know, processed foods or, you know, things
Mhm.
that like mock meats,
Yeah, for
things
sure.
like that. I mean, they make hot vegan pepperoni hot pockets now, and
Oh,
Yeah.
word.
they're
Mike's
Yeah, they make so
Mike's
many
good.
of those now.
Banging.
Yeah.
Banging. 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's-
10 out
10 out of
of
10.
I'm
there's
sure.
Yeah.
choices
are
are
endless,
like
yeah?
they really are.
Wait, yo, Trader Joe's has this meatless cheeseburger pizza. 10 out of 10.
Ooh.
Word?
Fire.
Oh, I
my
gotta try
God.
that.
They have these freaking vegan ice cream bonbons.
Oh, from
my-
Trader Joe's?
Yes,
Mad
I
good.
love
With
Trader
coconut
Joe's is
milk?
great. Yeah, Trader Joe's is a really great resource.
Absolutely. I love Trader
Honestly.
Joe's. Shout
But
out
yeah,
Trader Joe's.
there's so many options
Word.
now. I mean, if you want to just transition and you're picky, I think that's the best route to go until you want to kind of wean yourself off of that and maybe try to expand your palate,
Yeah.
your taste palate, because I think that's a really good goal to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I would say just because I'm picky as shit. Again, it's like there's certain things that you don't even realize are vegan. Like I said,
Right.
white rice, beans, there
Pasta.
pasta, potatoes. Like there's definitely things that you could look and be like, oh, okay, well this is vegan, so I can start off with this and
French fries,
mix it up.
onion rings.
Yeah, like potato.
Word.
You can make a potato in
Right.
17 million
Right.
different ways. Like it's
Yeah.
and it's filling. Like starches are filling, right? So I would say, yeah, like look at what you're eating now, and look what is actually vegan. You know, like
Yeah.
freaking Oreos are vegan.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Like
that.
there's
Thin
there's
mints.
Thin mints.
yeah,
Girl
there's
Scout
different
cookies.
shit that
But
Support.
then they say Oreos have pork in them.
What?
no.
I have heard that before.
That's weird. I don't really even eat them that much, and they have other alternatives to Oreos, but pork,
Right.
I don't
Like
know.
not the actual
That sounds
brand.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like processed snacks and stuff that have like pork and all these.
That's another thing.
added
They
stuff.
sneak all that stuff
Mhm.
in, and you don't even know what you're eating nowadays. It's so scary.
You look at the labels on anything, the ingredients. If you can't understand what it is, you shouldn't be eating it.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
You
one
can't
of
pronounce it,
the
you shouldn't be eating it.
one of the ones that was surprising to me was sugar. Like white granulated sugar.
Yes.
That one usually, like, especially if you're not too aware of like the facility of where they're being produced, usually in order to dye them white or to bleach them in a way, they use bone shards.
Wow.
Yeah, they
use
process
calcified
it
bone
through that.
shards
I forgot
just to
about
kind of
that.
like give it
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
look.
usually I feel like I don't go too nitpicky with that kind of stuff because it's so hard to prove that
Yeah,
if
true.
they did it or not. You got to email the company, and then they don't even sometimes know what
They
the
make-
processes are. So I'd say because that kind of stuff kind of scares people from going vegan because it's kind of nitpicky. It's like you're
Yeah.
like really looking in the nitty gritty, and I think that you can do that when you're like probably at my
Right,
level
you
of
start
being
slow.
vegan. Like
Yeah.
like when you're like at 7 years, you could really or more, whatever. You could really like get into the nitty gritty of it. But even at this point, I don't really worry about those little things because, like I said, we don't live in a vegan world right now. And once we focus on the big things like meat, dairy, eggs, fish, we focus on those and we try to get more people on board with that. The
Right.
little things like the bone char and the what is it? Wines are also made with some type of
Oh yeah, like the old world type wines, especially the vintage ones.
yeah.
Oh,
That in those times they were filtered using fish bladder. Jesus.
Yeah. Where do they come up with these things? I don't get
Oh
it.
my god! Speaking of
Years
dairy
and
and eggs,
years.
somebody asked, "Why do vegans not eat dairy or eggs?"
We just said because it comes from chicken. Like it's an
It's
animal.
a byproduct.
Yeah,
And
so-
if you're talking like personal reasons, we can go into that. But
Well, yeah.
Wait, somebody asked, "Why don't vegans eat dairy or
It
eggs?"
builds so much mucus in your body. It stuffs you up.
yeah, if you talk
Yeah,
ethically, it's really a sad thing. That's why I said
Yeah,
dairy is
yeah,
scary because you're taking a cow, a female cow, and you're making her give birth every 9 months. I'm assuming it's the same amount of
No, I
time.
think there's
Is it quicker?
yeah.
So
Yeah,
regardless
they're
of
just knocking out kids.
the amount of
As many kids as
months, you're
possible
just
to produce-
consistently, you're like a
Yeah.
machine knocking out, baby calves, and then you're getting your calf taken away who needs the milk, and then you're giving it to humans who you're literally drinking a whole other species milk, and we're supposed to only be drinking our mom's milk, human milk.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that. That's why so many people are lactose intolerant because technically you're not supposed to be
Right.
doing
You're
that.
supposed to be
Yeah.
weaned off your mother's milk by a
Uh-huh.
certain age anyway. So we're not even supposed to be drinking milk from the get anyway.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
grow up. You still
Yeah.
need breast milk.
still on your
Yeah.
mom's tit.
That's your
These
body.
babies out there
But I
drinking
mean-
breast milk.
Yeah,
Your
exactly.
body be rejecting shit.
Shout out to the guys.
You
with
just come up with a name for it, and it's
And-
really just telling you not to eat.
Yeah, but that's where it comes like oat milk, almond milk,
Yeah.
macadamia. Shout out to macadamia.
Yeah.
I
That
gotta
was
try that.
banging.
I gotta
Oh,
try the
macadamia
macadamia.
that was a
milk.
game changer.
I'm a big at one of my favorite coffee shops. They make the pistachio latte, so like pistachio milk.
Oh,
I heard
pistachio
about the
milk is
pistachio milk too.
good.
Oh, which
that
one?
shit is
Cafe
so
Am?
good.
Pistachio milk is really good.
So damn
You
good.
even gotta be careful with the almond milks though. Like certain.
Oh yeah,
ingredients,
nah.
it's too
I'm
much.
not good with
It's
almond
only a
milk.
I just started looking into that a few months ago. Like it's a few different brands. I think one's called like MALK milk.
Milk, yeah.
Milk.
That's
That's
pretty
like a more
good.
natural form. Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't use. Usually they use certain like seed oils, and that's why people like to stay away from that because they're not the best. They're more inflammatory. But you just read the back of the label.
Right.
And
Yeah, you just
turn and
wanted
learn
to
your
say
ingredients.
filtered nuts
Right.
or whatever.
Right,
Water.
and I mean, you could even make it at home.
with
you know
the
what I
cheese
mean?
cloth,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you
Uh-huh.
could do that totally,
Yeah.
100%.
Cool.
That's cool. Oh, and we forgot to talk about the eggs. Those are chicken periods, just so
Yes,
everybody
exactly.
Yeah, that see
menstrual cycle of a chicken.
exactly.
Yeah.
That
Well,
should just turn you off. From
that's the thing. Like when it comes down to for me, since I'm pescatarian, I mean, obviously there's some other ones that are okay with doing like eggs and milk and whatever dairy, but for me, I can't do eggs only because I think about the chicken
Eggs is
and all
nasty,
that.
and that
But
shit stink.
really, that too.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, I just
The-
get tired of the whole smell thing, especially when you go to a bagel shop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
You smell the bacon and cheese and all that.
yeah. So Sal's family actually has like chicken, and he's brought me like eggs, and it's crazy how they don't stink how the store
Really?
eggs stink. Yeah, it's
Oh
so
yeah,
different.
it's
different.
It's so
crazy.
crazy. They don't have that smell. It's
They do
insane.
have like sulfur in them. That's why they
Mm.
kind
It
of
smells
have
like a
that.
giant cloud of
It's
farts.
or a volcano.
Yeah.
Damn,
Word.
For real.
We have another question here. It says,
No.
have you ever considered doing a raw vegan diet?
Yeah, I want to.
I would just do it for a short period of
Right.
time,
Yeah.
like Christy did.
Yeah, as
for
someone
sure.
who did do it
Yeah,
before, I definitely recommend it just for like a short amount of period of time, just because it is good to detox your body. And I believe you should do it at least once every, is it 1 or 2 years or something? Like
I would say that's
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I guess I would say do it for like maybe 2 or 3 months. I mean, I remember I basically astonished my my internal medicine doctor when I went in for my physical. She was like, are these results like real, or did you just like go out
No.
to like a tree and get this shit? Like, not in the fucking, you know? And I was like, nah, man, that was all me, like just now.
Isn't
And-
that
Like,
amazing?
just now.
How they're supposed to be doctors and they don't even practice.
And it's like it's crazy because they don't even expect those type of results, you know, like so many years of like treating people with heart diseases, you know, genetic mutations, things like that. It almost becomes more of like trying to solve health issues, trying to solve, you know, like life expectancies, things like that. But it's kind of like, you know, the answer, man, just share it.
Yeah.
Right.
Word. Do you think there are any cons to being vegan?
I would say that if you're probably the only vegan in your family or like your friend group, it's really hard to kind of just socialize and be regular around people. So that's probably my main con in the beginning because I was very isolated. I was estranged from my family when I was vegan for like the first few years, and then we got close again. But they were
Get your
pretty
non-meaning
supportive.
ass out of
They were like,
Right.
"We don't want you here." No, it was for other reasons entirely. But when they found out I was vegan, they were super shocked.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of like, "What do we even feed
It's
you?"
like basically being a lesbian, you know?
Hey.
Essentially.
Okay.
We love our lesbian right over
Stay
there.
tuned.
We accept it. That's it.
That's your cue to speak.
Yeah, that's why I said stay tuned.
Oh, word.
Word.
We about to have a lesbianist live.
Hey.
Not
For
next
Pride
June.
Month.
June.
Yeah, yeah. G, do you think that there would be any cons?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a con, but maybe an inconvenience.
Yeah, I would say the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything against that. I've only brought on positivity from making the transition. So, yeah.
I think a con would be you not willing to be open minded to wanting to try new things, or even listen to different types of information about other things other than just food. You know, it's also about the way things are made, like fabric, textiles, things like that. Veganism is like such a huge eye opener that you can't just focus on one thing because it's an entire world itself. And just
That's
one
so
that's
true.
always dying to be uncovered. So I guess a con would be you don't be a con.
Kathy, would you say that there are any cons?
I mean, it's kind of like a yes or no thing, but it really is. I'm just saying it's like I used to be vegan and then went back to pescatarian. The only thing is the whole open-minded thing, but really also your body. Like, let's say you're vegan for a while, like let's say a good 6 months. Then let's say you find out that there was a dish that was made with chicken and all that. It's happened to me many times, and I've gotten sick. So your body is kind of used to it and all that, but that's another thing. Like that's where it goes back to like being open minded again. Like, are you okay with your body like reacting that way after kind of going like your body will be getting used to it, going to a little. No, I wouldn't say like a little shock, but you know what I mean.
Let me change my answer. I would say the biggest con for me is that finding someone, being single, finding someone who's vegan too, because I mean, it's up and coming now, but to find someone on the same level and mindset as you, because being vegan is not just a choice, just because it's a lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah. No,
So for you to be on that same wavelength, it's a little bit harder to
Yeah.
find somebody as a partner for that with that.
Yeah, word. I can see that. What are some spots or restaurants in New York you recommend that serve vegetarian meals?
Urban Vegan
Planta.
Kitchen.
Where?
Urban Vegan Kitchen.
I had that
definitely.
before.
Fire.
That shit is
Best
good.
spot.
Christy, where
Go
did we
for
go last night?
the Korean barbecue wings. Definitely
That's
go
so
for
many
that.
gems.
Yeah, that's one of the main
Planta
ones.
is fire. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Y'all ever been there?
No, that's another thing I gotta go.
That one's in Brooklyn, but they have a few different ones.
I've never been there, but I heard of
Brooklyn.
it. Oh,
Hey,
Screamer's
shout out to
Pizzeria is bomb.
Heard of
Oh,
that.
I
on my
love
list.
I love that place. And then Champs is closed down actually, but that was a good
Oh
spot.
man.
In terms of endearment, it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's just
Where's
like
that? The city?
yeah,
Phenom,
is it
Phenom.
Brooklyn or in the city?
Wait, what?
I think it's in Brooklyn.
Is it? It turns
no,
out
it's in
endearment.
Brooklyn.
Yeah. And
Brooklyn
Spicy
be
Moon.
having a
Yeah,
lot
we're
of
shout
vegan
out to Spicy
spots.
Moon
Shout out
last
to
night
Spicy
with
Moon
the
last
drinks.
night was fire.
Oh, also in Brooklyn, Polly G's. That's another
Oh,
pizza.
Polly
It's a
G's.
pizza shop.
Yeah.
They serve regular ones, but they also have vegan options.
Brooklyn has some
Yeah,
fire spots.
there was like
Brooklyn has
this.
a lot of
I
vegan
love
Yeah,
Brooklyn
Grandma
for that
Pizza
reason.
or
Williamsburg
like a chicken
area
parm.
has all the vegan spots.
Yeah.
And also, if you ever were to go to like upstate, not necessarily. Well, yeah, even upstate, because there are certain places that are hard to find or whatever. But if you do your research, or even just look up, download Happy Cow.
Great
It always
resource.
lists.
Ooh, well, let me do that now.
Happy Cow.
It definitely lists, like all the popular dishes of whichever place that's nearest you, kind of like a vegan Yelp, sort of. And then
You said it right.
yeah. Oh wait. So one of my favorite places is called Sweet Maressa's in Kingston, New York. It's an amazing all vegan bakery. Their stuff is the tits. So definitely go down there. And
Is the
also visit the
tits?
Rhinebeck area. It's also so nice around there.
What's that bakery where I got your cake from? The one in Jersey.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Oh
okay,
no.
Oh crap! I don't even remember.
Crap on a
No, it
stick,
was knee deep in there. I don't know
Yeah,
about
but I
it.
don't remember. But I had to get her birthday cake
Hell
from a
yeah.
vegan bakery, and it was in Jersey. I want to shout them out because she said it was good, but I forgot.
No,
It
it was knee
No, it
deep.
was amazing. It was in
Yeah.
the shape of Appa. If any of you guys watched Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Oh yeah.
yes,
Last Airbender.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yelp.
Best.
Apple,
Hell yeah.
eating cabbages. Out
Yeah,
there, so.
man.
Facts.
By the bowl.
That's not funny.
What are some when you first started transitioning? What are some things that you looked into for information? Was it all YouTube? Was it books? What did you guys use to get your information?
I would say
Let's start.
YouTube is like a huge influence.
YouTube, yeah.
Mostly
YouTube's
because
Influencers on Instagram.
Yeah.
I would say Earthling Ed is an amazing resource.
Brother Ed.
He's like the vegan Jesus,
He
okay?
really is.
He really is.
He looks like him. Dresses like him.
He
He's
got
just-
the hair,
and he's
everything,
super
the,
chill.
the
He's
whole
super
look.
chill.
He Turnip Vegan. Shout out. I met
Yeah.
Turnip Vegan at Vegandale and he followed me on Instagram and I
He's so-
almost
We'll
quite
link all
died.
this crap down below.
Yes,
because I forgot what they said.
especially to our Caribbean viewers out there.
Oh, yeah.
There's tons of Caribbean vegan YouTubers
Yeah.
who make amazing recipes
There's a
and
lot.
also, kind of get you in touch with like your roots and shit.
The OG, Dr. Sabi, of course.
Oh
Dr.
shit,
Sebi.
word.
Yeah. So you would
Sebi?
say like
Sebi or
YouTube was a
Sebi?
big help.
Sabi.
Yeah.
And I guess with social
Sebi.
media
Sebi.
now with
Yes,
like
yes,
Instagram
yes,
and
yes.
stuff,
Sabi.
Yeah.
It's easier,
Yeah.
right, to find recipes and find people who can give you information and whatnot. And there's like different events. Like I said, we went to Vegandale. I think it was in August, right? Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was like a vegan fest downtown. Was it September?
It was
like-
like
it was chilly.
it was
It was
like
September.
early
It was hot.
September maybe.
It was a
or
nice
something.
day though.
But it flipped the
Yeah.
switch and it started getting
Oh
chilly.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I thought it was. Anyways, whatever.
You stayed
Whatever
later,
point it
that's
was.
why.
Vegandale is
Yeah.
the festival, and there was a ton, and I mean a ton.
Everybody
of
in the
food.
mother.
Mad heads.
Everybody.
And it was packed.
Oh
Holy crap.
yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah. You never
Yo, we
seen
should try
so
to
many
do a
vegans
vendor and
Yeah.
all do it
Yeah.
and cook.
I wish they would
Right.
just do
Mad
2 days
bread.
again.
Word.
I'm down.
Because they used to do 2 days and then now they or not started, but they've been doing 1 day. And I feel like when they had 2 days, it wasn't as packed. Because I went to it used to be called Vegan Fest. It was I went to the very first one and then they changed it to Vegandale. I don't know why, but regardless, still the same good food and really great vendors and stuff.
One of the other sources I did use was at one point I really wanted to perhaps go into like the culinary route and I wanted to know where exactly I could go, just for like more information because when you do go to like culinary institute universities or anything like that, they really try and have you focus on trying to learn like the background history of different types of food. So one of them was a vegan culinary school in London.
Holy
And
crap.
that one had been open since like the 1940s or something.
Oh,
There was
that's
like
Really?
this huge.
Wow.
There's like an entire book written by these vegan socialites, I guess, that they came out with their own book in 1928 or something like that.
Wow.
It's all written there. You can
Wow,
definitely look it
that is
up.
awesome.
That's
That
awesome.
is
Yeah, I didn't
awesome.
know it went back that far. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah,
And they have like
What-
so many different types of recipes.
that's
Ones
awesome.
that are like, vintage kinds or whatever.
Yeah,
but-
yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Well, that's the best one. That's the
Word.
best kind
Yeah,
of research.
What I want to ask you guys is, what sources did you use, and did you find it to be easier to transition because your sister was already vegan, and then was that easier for you?
I would say it was much easier for me to transition because of my sister Crystal. But mind you, we all blood related. Anyways, all right, back to it.
Did you guys say that? Yeah, you said your
Yeah,
sister,
yeah.
right?
Anyways, and I feel like it was much easier only because like there were certain things like I learned about, and even like before, like a couple years ago, like texture is something like, certain things it threw me off and turned me off, that I'm like, like it seems like, let's say for example, I remember this bacon I bought from Whole Foods. This was like way back, and the texture, it looked printed. It looked fucking printed.
You're talking about hooray
So,
bacon?
It was the bacon, and I'm
Honestly,
like,
that shit is
damn.
pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like toy bacon or like some
yeah,
fake
like the
stuff.
red, white,
Yeah.
red.
But it's
I
actually
was like,
really
what the fuck is that?
You gotta get
Yes.
past like the look and the texture, like not
Yes.
texture, because once you cook it, it's pretty cool. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
no,
But
it
it does
threw
look
me
funky.
off.
I will
Yeah,
say that.
but it was really all about texture for me right there. Because something like if it's too crunchy when I know it's not supposed to be crunchy, but if it's like too basically raw, whatever, and it's supposed to be actually the other way around, I get turned off really quick. I'm all about texture and all that. So that even like with this one thing I really love, the Gardein ones right now,
Oh.
Well,
the
Gardein
tenders,
what?
the nuggets,
I just
the
love
tenders,
Gardein.
and all
Yeah.
that.
Corn.
That
with
was
a
another OG.
QUORN. Those nuggets, they literally taste like chicken nuggets.
Oh, those are
these are
good,
penny
but no.
droppers. These are amazing.
But
Hell
the
yeah.
Gardein
These
one,
are amazing.
I don't
Yeah.
like the Gardein nuggets. You
No.
talking about the tenders?
I'm telling you,
Baby, hold on.
when I make wait
I
a
think
minute.
I tried them.
What are the nuggets that there were nuggets that you guys made me taste that tasted like McDonald's nuggets? Which one were those?
The Impossible ones.
No, was it the
Impossible.
impossible ones?
I
It
know.
was an impossible ones because the texture, like I said, the texture can hit different.
Alpha nuggets are fire. You gotta try those too.
Alpha
Oh, I don't think I've tried
those
that
are
one.
so good.
But
Those remind me of like middle school.
yeah, still,
Yeah.
Brought it.
but still, the Gardein ones are always gonna hit different for me, especially when I make the garlic parm wings. Yeah.
But we'll do a part 2.
The
Ayy.
Smart Life bacon is fire. The Smart Life vegan bacon.
I
don't
like
think I tried that
tempeh.
one.
I don't really eat like.
I
vegan
don't.
bacon
I
that
tried
much.
those. I wasn't crazy about those. This brand is better. Hold on.
Wait, that tempeh you brought when we went camping?
That was freaking
That
light,
was
girl.
tits, man. That
Yo,
shit was so good.
mhm. I love tempeh. I don't know. I just it's a
Go.
better alternative to
And healthy
bacon.
foods with tempeh too.
Oh yeah, facts. It's just really good for you in general.
All right, so this one question, and thank you everybody for the questions. We're loving these questions. Thank you for watching and supporting us. This one says, "What is your best advice for those who are thinking of experimenting with the plant-based or vegan lifestyle but don't know where to start?"
We kind of said that. Just start with your favorite foods already, and just cut out the meat. Like if you like rice, you do that. Add a lot of vegetables in it. Pasta, you could do 1,000,010 ways. Like we're saying, there's a lot of alternatives you can buy in the frozen section. Like we just said, like the chicken nuggets. Put them in the air fryer, stuff like that.
I think the best way to start is to just take one day out of the week and make that like your vegan day, and don't
Yeah.
eat meat or don't eat dairy, don't eat nothing
cheat
that has to do with animals. Yeah, so like or even just like a meatless Monday or something like that. Or you
like
can do veganuary. Like you can do the whole month of January. You just try vegan food every single day for that month, and then you can carry on business as usual from before. But maybe you want to stay vegan after that.
It's all in the mind too. Like
It is. Because once you're like eating the vegan food for a while, or not just the vegan food, but like once you're just eating food that doesn't have anything to do with animals, your taste buds change, and you don't really even. I don't even remember what meat tastes like. I don't even remember what milk tastes like. I don't remember any of that anymore.
I be bugging out at places all the
Me
time.
too. Me
I'm
too.
like, Sal tastes this shit. I'm not-
Oh, yeah,
Sometimes
no, I
it
mean, the-
tastes too real.
I mean,
and it's
another one
like,
that
wait a
suffers
minute,
from
is
that.
this
Every
how it
time
was?
Chris will be wondering.
What would be your advice to somebody who's looking to start?
Yeah, just be open minded. Honestly, there you don't gain anything out of it if you're just gonna keep doing the same thing. Like rice, beans, and some type of meat alternative. Like spice it up. And once you start taking care um of the food part, then I guess you can also start with things like your favorite cosmetics. The one that you got me into was Delicioso.
Oh my
Cosmetics.
yes,
They're from
yes.
Canadian-based
Canadian-based.
company, and they use all these alternative type chemicals that won't harm you and won't cause any type of recurring dermatology visits. So saving a bang for your buck, and also your skin looks amazing. So
Yeah, where that is one thing I did. All I get now is like if it's either vegan or cruelty free or whatever the case is.
Yeah,
because,
that's important.
again, there's so much crap in these things that you put on your skin and fucks you up.
And
Yeah.
also trying to express that with the ones that you love. Like let's say one day you want to go ahead and make something for your family, for your friends, or even your dogs too. Sometimes the the food that's made for dogs, like that kibble crap or whatever, it's just so terrible for them.
So
That's
bad
true.
for them.
that you can even help them out too.
That's so true.
Very true. Good point.
Kati, what would your advice be for somebody who's starting?
Are you tired of your stomach ache? That's all I'll say. Because oh man,
Feeling bloated.
I'm being so
Straight to the
serious,
point.
man. All the time. That was really the main thing I got tired of when I went pescatarian and all that. Well, vegan and then pescatarian, but I just got tired of getting stomach aches. Like when you get onto someone like old meat or raw and all that, like steak or chicken, especially chicken, man. Like the second I looked at or opened it, I'm like turned off. The texture and all that, and nah, you won't see me eating raw chicken right there. So then that's when I converted real quick to vegan. Yeah, yeah, nah, man, nah. you
That's a
won't see
good
me
way
doing
to
that.
like
Oil
make
chicken
people think
type
about
Yeah.
it, because if you're actually feeling sick or you're
Yeah.
not feeling your best,
Nah, hell no. We don't want that salmonella and all that. No, we
foodborne
don't want that.
illnesses and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I get turned off real quick.
Yeah.
No, man. I don't want to smell the meat sweat. Nothing like that.
Like, if y'all smell like a good steak, you just don't want to go.
That one, like, don't get me wrong. I
That's
kind of
just
got a
you.
little.
No, I eat it.
I got tempted. Sometimes I get a little tempted, but that was only because when I was in Texas, and you know how Texas roll. They're really known for their
Banging ribs.
Yeah, yeah.
Word.
But-
When they
She
went
said
to
she
Mexico,
almost cracked.
Christy was like, just
I was ready to like rip off my arm here because I was like, "Fuck, yo, this shit is like the legit stuff out here, man."
Yeah.
And, I mean, we were in the pueblo of Jiquilpan, and I mean, what better way to go and try meat than I didn't do it before anybody starts, with their hate comments. No, I didn't do it. I didn't eat it. So, because like Ati said, I don't want any stomach cramps. And I
Yeah,
don't
especially
wanna,
when you
like, shit my
transition
life
to it,
away or
yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
Just because I gave into like succumb to eating meat, so no, fuck
Yeah.
that, no.
Nah.
You gotta have a vegan pet too. Your pet gotta be vegan.
No.
Nah, I wouldn't
You
do
don't
that.
have to be.
Nah.
I think that dogs can be vegan, but cats cannot. They're like obligate carnivores. But you can convert your dog to being vegan. But I would say if your dog was already eating, a non-vegan diet before,
Yeah, not
you
my
don't want to
tostada.
like kind of just shift that quickly. My dog's gonna be vegan.
But you have to have them from like a puppy.
A puppy, yeah. I would say. I mean, you can convert him because it's just up to the dog. Because if they don't want to eat that stuff, and you don't want to make your dog sick by not letting them by not making them try to eat something else, and they don't want to eat it, and then they don't eat it all. So that you don't do that. That's animal abuse.
And
But
also for like new moms too, there are also like baby formula alternatives too. There's
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make a lot of ones that are yeah, they do.
Yeah.
A lot of them
do.
are
Yeah,
Yeah.
other
I used to work
countries.
at a pediatric office, and I used to do all the authorizations for all the parents who did want to get the coverage for the vegan baby formula. Usually, most of the time they're like made out of soy. They are experimenting with more, but again, sometimes they can't do anything with nuts yet, especially at like the newborn stage. 'Cause they're
Allergens,
still
yeah.
allergens are
Right.
still
For sure.
not within their chemistry yet, though. Definitely, also no.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, how'd you guys feel? You guys have fun?
Oh yeah, no.
Good, just great.
I definitely had a.
This is my
I go on all night.
We really
40 minutes. Oh,
30. Wait, and shout out Kathy because she's the one who did our logo.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
this overlay that you see was all her.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's
it's good having a it's good having a
And
graphic
shout out to
designer.
Kathy when we did our Blue Wisdom trailer. You had your broken foot. Yo, she was holding the
When
camera
I
while her broken
tell you, this girl was flinging that microphone like a dingling. I don't know how to best explain it.
We had
Yeah,
them-
she was flinging it like this and shit. I was like, man, we're gonna
we had
have
the
to
microphone.
move on from this. Yeah,
And she had it. Jazmine had it around her neck.
you see my hand shaking and all that because I was not able to. I was laughing the whole time.
Oh my
That was
brand
very
fucking
fun
idea.
Kathy was there in crutches.
Kathy was no.
Oh
she was
yeah,
in the booth.
I got
shit.
injured.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was
She
not a
had
good time.
crutches, it would have been a dub. She wouldn't have.
Nah, I had a boot though.
That was
Snake
fun.
in my boot.
Yeah, that was definitely a day. It was an interesting day. But honestly, it is on IG.
How to get in my creative space real quick.
Yes.
Yeah, word.
All right, let's do a couple of fun questions.
Hey.
Kathy, tell me when to stop. First or second page?
First page. Let's do that.
Ooh, this is a good one. What does your communication style say about you?
I would say like when it comes to communication, definitely eye contact. When it comes down to communicating with somebody, especially when you're into them, it shows like how serious and you have your full attention with them. Hmm.
No, I agree. My mom always she always had that thing of like if you can't look at somebody in the eye like when like telling them a simple fact or whatever, then either you're hiding something or you're just not giving your all in there. So it's also like a respect thing. Yeah, with full communication. And also like if it is something that you are defensive about or whatever, like let's say when communicating.
Which we are.
Yeah. We always have like that thing with like, no, fuck you or whatever. But try not to take such a freaking aggressive approach. Oh man, especially when we're PMSing, man. That shit is wild.
Do y'all all menstruate around the same time?
That's
No,
what I
no.
That did happen once, and that was
terrible.
Sorry, Sal.
For real, that's crazy.
Everybody got it.
Usually it's like either her and me or her and that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No brain.
I don't know. He don't got to deal with us. He has to deal with her.
She got to do y'all. That mean you got to do
Yeah.
Or and they got to deal with all of us.
Word.
Yeah. Communication style, I would say it differs because if I don't know you, then I don't communicate. So like it depends.
yeah.
Like if I know you on a
course.
personal level, then I over communicate, I think.
Mhm.
But if you're like a stranger, then I don't want to talk.
I'm an over communicator with everyone.
Yeah.
I think communication is so important.
Yeah.
So
This is very
for real.
yeah.
personal.
My little social butterfly.
Liz, what's your sign?
Gemini.
Okay.
I forget you're a Gemini.
Talk about.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It looks so different, right?
When they said the twins, that's exactly
We are
like
the
we're
twins.
one of the opposite of the
And, and if you seen our other episodes, you should already know it's not just your sun sign that interprets who you are. So
True, true.
you already know with that. Your moon, your rising. all that.
Does everyone here know their sun and moon?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm a
Man, I don't
Gemini
know
and then a moon Pisces.
Okay.
Oh, me too.
That's crazy.
What?
Wow. What's your rising?
Gemini.
No,
Gemini?
I'm a Taurus.
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah,
So
Gemini, Pisces, Gemini. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's kinda interesting. You know yours?
You
We
did
did
mine.
yours.
Yeah.
She's like, you know mine.
Yeah,
I'm a Virgo.
I don't remember shit.
Virgo,
Yeah,
I'm not good with
Aquarius,
that.
Virgo.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
no Virgo,
Sagittarius.
Virgo,
That's all.
Aquarius. You know what? I never said anything. I don't know.
I forgot what it was. Because I did all of them back to back, and I forgot who was who.
Yeah, you
was.
said that shit at like
specific.
2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, word. What's another question, G?
Oh, you want to do it? Liz, you want to do it?
Sure. All right. Casey, tell me when to stop. First page, second page. What are your bad habits?
Oh, we ran.
Just sit your ass down.
Good.
It doesn't have to be anything that crazy.
Right. You gotta spill all the tea.
No, sometimes with communication, I can be like very like a
Mean.
and I think, not mean. Okay, so I'm very honest. I'm too honest sometimes, man. Just too honest. But I mean, it's kind of like sometimes maybe I should work on the delivery. You know, that definitely. And another one would be like when my anxiety starts to act up, and then like in social situations, like with Liz. I'm so glad that she does this because she at least tells me ahead of time, like, oh, who's coming, or like, if we're expecting more people, because then I have to prepare myself mentally. I have to hype myself up. The green helps with that. But also it's just kind of like I have to work on that and not be afraid of just. And I hate shopping on like Prime days.
I hate that too.
I avoid now. Like one of my friends, shout out to Maylee. She told me to avoid the first and the second week of the month to shop at Costco because of the EBT days. So
shit! Shut up. What is it? What days?
The first
and second week.
Oh shit!
Well,
Now
that
I know.
makes sense.
And like I'm like, nah, man. I can't deal with the crowd, and
Yeah,
I start
Costco
getting
is
nervous.
Costco's a mission. Like
I feel like I'm being
packed
closed
any
off.
fucking day.
Yeah.
That shit.
Word. Oh,
Yeah.
Sundays is the fucking
Oh my
worst.
God.
Yeah.
No, we're in.
Yeah. Kathy, what are your bad habits?
I will say when I wait. What did you say? No, what did you say? What did you say?
You can't say that now.
Yeah.
Oh no. All right. Damn. All right. I would say when I doze off. Yeah, when I doze off. I will admit.
Oh
Like,
my, yo, Kathy,
if
bro, watching a
sleeping.
movie with Kathy or a show is the worst. It's like we're like right now we're trying to watch a show together, so that we're all like on thing. This bitch fell asleep. She always falls asleep, and it's the worst because then it's like I'm not gonna stop the show.
yeah.
I'm already like 6 snacks in.
Oh yeah, I probably missed the whole season by now.
Yeah,
Most likely.
man.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
It's the worst.
Do you even know who the characters are?
Yeah. Well, not the first episode or second episode. I will admit, like maybe 3 or 4 episodes later, I'll be like, okay, now I know who this person is. And maybe her name is Gabby or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah. My bad habits. What are my bad habits? I rewatch the same shows over and over and over again. That's probably one. I have social anxiety. Like I I get really nervous meeting new people, so I
I've been trying to. I've gotten you out your shell though since I moved back.
Yeah, she has. Yeah, but yeah, no, I have to like mentally prepare to meet new people because it's just like a lot. I get overstimulated too fast. Yeah, I don't like too many people talking around me because it bugs me out.
Yeah.
What is my other bad habits?
Whenever
Pepsi.
we're talking and you always start texting, you are so annoying.
There you go. There you go. They could tell you my bad habits.
It's a dick move. That's what that is.
Well, I can multitask.
I'm not asking you to multitask. I'm asking you
cannot.
for your full attention.
You can't handle my
Oh, God, yeah.
Just do be getting scatterbrained a lot.
Right.
Yeah,
She
that
be
I do.
forgetting shit. OD.
Yeah, I do. Gee, what are your bad habits?
Impulse. What? She be forgetting shit, right? You talking about me? Well, tell me. I need one. Wait, I want to hear.
Yells at you when she's drunk.
I yell at people when I'm drunk. No, I yell at people when they need to be put in their fucking place.
I didn't do nothing that day.
It wasn't even.
Exactly.
Nah, I'm sweet as pie, but don't fuck with me because you're gonna see a different side of me. I guess that's my Gemini side because my rising is a Gemini. No, I'm not a Gemini. My rising is.
Not me. I ain't
Don't
that.
fuck with us. I could be impulsive too. Like if I feel some type of way, I'm gonna tell you, and I can't. Like I can't. It's hard for me to hold back. I need to just get it out, and then I move on from the situation.
I would say for myself is being too much of a workaholic at this point in my life right now. It used to be procrastination, but I just go from one extreme to another. I just can't find myself being able to sit down right now and just enjoy like playing a video game anymore because I'm just like so crazy with everything that's happening. It's a transitional period in my life right now, so I'd say being a workaholic is one of my bad habits. And yeah.
I don't see any of that as really anybody that has really bad habits. You being a workaholic is not bad.
You don't think so?
Gina don't really have no bad habits like that.
I don't know. I think it's a bad. I mean, maybe. Are you like? What are you trying to say? Like something more specific?
Yeah,
Like physical. Okay, sometimes I bite my. Like if I don't have my nails, I'll bite my
you know
nails.
what? I bite my lip too much. Like I be biting the skin off my lips too much. It is disgusting. It sucks. It hurts too.
It does. Then you got that.
You get like yeah, and
like bad habit like that's like you.
that's a bad habit, right? And then like I
biting your nails,
I bite my cuticles.
Yeah. Well, that comes from anxiety.
Doing drugs, bad habit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Well, that's why we were like, let's not
those things
mention
are bad
that.
habits,
No, that's true. You're right.
Like you just wanted to better yourself, not a bad habit.
Right.
No, you're right. You're right. It's true.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. We all growing, and when we recognize what type issues that we have, we fix them. So.
Hold on. Tired all the time. That's not a bad habit.
What was her question?
What?
No,
It's just too annoying.
Wait.
She's put my question hasn't been answered yet.
What is the question?
What question is it, asshole?
No,
Alright.
sorry.
Leave it to see. What did you ask, bro?
Okay. What would be your last non-vegan meal
Oh.
you would have if you knew it's your last day?
Okay.
Can I just tell you what my last one was?
What was it?
So it was Steve's birthday. Steve is my boyfriend. And we literally went vegan the day after his birthday because his mom bought him an ice cream Oreo cake. And I actually haven't had a vegan ice cream cake yet, so that's something I'm waiting on. But we were like, yeah, we're gonna be vegan. This is the day, like whatever. And then she brought that shit home, and we were like, it's tomorrow. So yeah, March 11th is my vegan anniversary.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I would
Do you know
say
yours?
something.
Mine was around March too because I did it for Lent.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I did it for Lent, and then I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna go all the way down. Yeah, do it. Do you know yours?
My last
vegan anniversary.
Oh no, I don't.
Betty?
Nah.
No.
I probably
What would
was
be your
sick
last
after that.
non-vegan meal.
So you said ice cream cake? That would be.
It was good.
Shit. I would probably say a steak, like a nice ribeye steak.
I got one.
What?
Pipián con tamales. Like, well, if the pollo.
Why don't you
Because
say
the way
solo?
my tia
Say it with
I
your
know.
chest.
Oh man, nobody can make it like her though.
Yeah.
Shout out to my tia.
Chrissy?
Yeah.
I guess. Ooh, I would have to go the fatty route too. I would do either a torta de milanesa de res. With extra fucking chile, like extra chile. Another one would be a gordita. A gordita de
Chorizo y
chicharrón.
papa.
Yeah.
Oh, the chorizo y papa too.
Mhm.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
And something more simple, like I would have like a Mexican breakfast, like some type of cecina and
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a minute.
or yeah, frijoles and some cheese on top. Yeah, like yeah, when we were in Puebla, they were selling, like all the vendors over there. They make like the meats fresh, and one of the ones that I tried, because they all like want you to try everything. So one of the things I tried over there was cecina, which is basically like salted beef, the actual translation. But man, when you put that shit in just some frijoles and just like a tortilla, girl, oh,
Banging.
so good.
Oh, and some king crab legs. That's about a lot of butter, garlic sauce.
Oh yeah, we're
I've never had that before.
a Spanish
bomb.
fry.
I don't think I've ever had crab.
No?
No, I don't think I've. There's a good amount of seafood I never tried. I only ate like sushi. Honestly, that was like my thing before I was vegan. And then I kind of was like, whatever.
Unagi.
Usagi.
What are two funny traits about your mom you can describe?
You can what? You can
man.
describe?
I'll say
About
one
your
of them
mom?
is our bluntness.
You
Definitely.
think that's funny?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
think that's
Hell
funny.
yeah.
What are two funny traits?
Yeah, no, definitely our bluntness.
Yeah, I think when she like gets when she gets pissed off and she just like rubs her face.
Oh yeah.
She does that?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not funny.
My mom like basically peels her face off,
Yeah.
man. Like she just gets so tight. I'm like, oh my god, mom, like relax, dude, shit.
Especially when she cleans. Oh man, you did not want to be
we
there.
don't have that thing.
No, you
Yeah,
don't want to be there.
It's bad. Oh,
Yeah.
and another one is her burps. That shit is funny.
Agua.
That's how she burped?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you sounded like that, she was like, agua. No, she gonna beat my ass.
Talk to you little bitches real quick.
Word. City, shut up.
Right, don't say nothing.
Do you have any funny traits about your mom?
She asks entirely way too many questions. It is the most annoying thing in the world. Oh my god. And if she calls me and I don't pick up, she's gonna keep calling me until I pick up.
My mom just, when we don't answer, she'll just call the next one.
Yeah.
Until somebody
Yeah.
answers, and then she'll be like, "Oh, she didn't want to pick up."
But those are not funny things to me.
No,
Those are
oh, it's
annoying.
not funny. Oh, okay.
I mean, it's funny though, because I mean, it comes from care and concern, just being a mom. So.
Yeah, that's just regular mom.
Mhm.
Funny thing about your mom?
I can't think of anything, honestly. So I'll go to the next question. I love my mama, though. Oh, yeah, kissy goes.
Oh, that was fun. Hey, friend. Second or first page?
Hey, you read both pages.
Where do you like to go on a first date?
Why
On a
not?
first date.
Oh snap! My bad. Where do you like to go on a first date?
Oh man.
Yeah, because she's like.
Is the first page better?
Yeah, no, I'll do it. I'll do it. I would say
The gym.
Get ripped.
no. No, I would say cooking for the person because
Yeah.
it shows you my little skills and all that.
As
And
a
also,
first date?
Most
I don't
girls
wanna-
man don't want to come to the crib. Like more.
Yeah.
To the crib.
I don't know. I'm used to
I
it.
guess it depends on how long you've been talking to the person.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that depends. That.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You?
We going good though.
Especially if you like the person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That shit trash though.
No, my cooking
No.
not trash. Nah, my cooking never trash.
That wouldn't be.
I
your
wish
answer.
you would. Say
All right,
that my
man.
shit was
Born.
trash.
Yeah, nah, I'm confident enough.
I'm scared about cooking. Like, yo, what if you don't like my shit?
Nah.
If you're not
I'm
accept,
confident
then that's
with it.
not a good
I'm
option.
highly
gets-
confident in my
Yeah.
cooking.
deflated.
Yeah. Nah.
I looked over real quick. I like to go to places where there's a lot of options. So, let's say we go to a restaurant in this block, and then right after we can walk down to like my favorite coffee shop or my favorite bakery. Let's grab like a coffee right after. You know, one of my favorite places to do that was definitely like Arthur Ave. You know, like going down to one of the restaurants and shit. I'm not about to blow up my spot because
Then it's
gonna
gonna
have a
pop
fucking
up.
seat in there.
Word.
So, but then you walk down to like your favorite spot, and it's just enjoying the night. You know, like just see
Yeah.
where it takes you the rest of the night.
Yeah, word.
And there's nothing wrong with like movies and dinner too, because I still find that.
Yeah, that's like
experience
yeah, that's a cute
Yeah.
classic. I would say probably anywhere where we can have a conversation because the first
Mhm.
date is where you're getting to know the person.
Yep.
And you want to see if you guys mesh or not. So I would
That's
say anywhere
valid.
where we can
Mhm.
talk.
For me, I would say like a nice picnic.
Oh,
That's a good one.
yeah.
Being
That too.
outdoors together.
Yep.
You know,
Sound like this
like I
sounds
feel like people always assume that a date or a first date has to be something so expensive. Like
Yeah.
for me, I'm a vibe person. Like I want to feel the person out. Like what is your mindset? Like what are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Like so a picnic where you just outside in nature, maybe reading some books or eating some fruit, eating some vegan stuff.
Yeah, I think the I think the most important thing would be just sharing a good moment.
Yeah, it's connection.
Right, yeah, like the connection, like just getting to know each other on on a deeper level.
Mhm.
For me, it would be a hike because
Oh.
kind of
That,
close
yeah.
to like what Gina said with like a picnic and what you said because you can talk to them, you can really get to know them, and you're in nature, and it's just a much more peaceful kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And yeah, a hike would be really great.
As someone who did do the first date as a picnic. No, that was a meet and greet, dude. That was like a meet and
A
greet.
meet and
right? Wait a minute, hold on. I just want to describe the date. Hold on. So we went to the Kent.
Which one of you is mine?
No, that one we were like just still friends when we went to the coffee shop. So yeah. So technically speaking, I wasn't even thinking about.
I had intention.
Sounds like she just found out.
All right. So when we did go on the picnic date, we went to the Kensico Dam and we had a lovely picnic date. By the time we got to the top of where the dam is, the overlook of the dam, that's when I got to know Sal. He first told me that he has asthma and seasonal allergies, and that's
So romantic.
The worst place.
I was like, "Are you okay?" Dude? Like, I just have a hint of asthma.
See, you really learn the person on a deep level.
She almost died.
I gave him a kiss right after. I kissed him
Aw.
right after.
That's why I couldn't breathe.
You were killing him.
Trying to kill him
to sit under too. He really did.
That's cute.
Stuck by each other from the beginning. Love to see it.
I would have been like, yo, I can't.
Kyla, to answer your question, we had already spoke about that at the beginning, but briefly, we all said yes, our partners should be vegan because it just kind of makes it easier for you to connect and just be on the same level, mentally.
And then it'd just be harder to cook 2 different meals.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I wouldn't want to open up my refrigerator and seeing dead
Yeah.
carcasses.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's because we're saying the smell and all that turns
Too
us off.
much.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
That'd be hard.
I don't want to just see fruits in my
well, then you can't be with a
That's a
vegan.
misconception.
That shit is slimy.
Yeah.
I don't like
It
leftovers.
smells
I don't
like-
What? Leftovers are the best because they marinate.
Word.
They just sit in the fridge and they just marinate more. How you not like
Leftover
leftovers?
chicken is disgusting.
No
Ugh.
leftovers.
I miss that
Not
shit.
leaves. Leaves are just mad like raw and ready like to
Right.
eat like that or cook.
I don't think it should be that hard.
To date
Personally,
a vegan or
as
to
someone
date a
who did
non-vegan?
I guess vice versa. Like,
Yeah.
I think that if they're willing to like transition eventually, then I would be open to it. If
Wait,
I was like,
you're saying as a meat eater that it wouldn't be hard for you to date a vegan? Well, obviously, because to you it doesn't matter. But if it was the other way around, it would be
why,
harder.
though? Like, why? If I accept your lifestyle, you accept my lifestyle.
Because
Like,
what
Why
we're
is it so
saying to
hard?
have the meat around us, we don't like it.
cool, but cool. All right. So
well, just put it this way: like, let's say like you were dating somebody and they had like a very different religion or like worldview than you, and it clashed with like how you felt. You know what I mean?
if I care for the person, I'm okay with it.
Word.
No, I mean, and that's perfectly fine.
what I'm saying?
That's like a personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, let's say it was something that was really big, and down the line, like, let's say you wanted to be with somebody who, or let's say you were with somebody and you really wanted to have kids, and they didn't want to have kids. How would that play out in the future for you? Like, don't you think that?
I already have kids.
No. It's just like an
For
example.
conversation's
Yeah,
sake.
for conversation starter purposes.
But that's the thing. In the beginning, I'm asking that. So like, on a couple, not first date, third, fourth, fifth.
No, right.
Okay, at that point in time, I know that you already want that, so then I have to accept that. And if I'm gonna be in that, I'm gonna accept that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter
Mhm.
what, like, I'm gonna ask you that. Like,
Mhm.
you want kids? No, I don't want no kids.
Well, that's the same thing with vegan. Like we saying, like for me, I can't date someone from the beginning. Or if that's one of the first questions I'm gonna ask you. Not for obviously not first question, but
losing out like on somebody who's really good for you, and
It-
person wise.
it's a-
Yeah, but you wouldn't
it's
know
a
that.
preference though.
And
You should say it on the mic.
Yeah, right here.
Sal's coming back. Welcome.
The way you're talking about it makes
Yeah,
it a little bit simpler because the way you sound very open minded. So you
Right.
like if you care about the person, you don't care. But not everybody's like that. A lot of people who do have the heavy connotation of like being only meat eaters or they want to keep their carnivore diet, they'll not only tell you like they'll have the food there, but they'll also be trying to push it on you every other week. So like it gets that like I said that is wrong, but not everybody's gonna be okay with it. And not everybody's gonna be like, yo, you do you, I'll do me. They're gonna be like, hey, every other day you're gonna be like, hey, you want to try this? Like, don't you miss this? We're gonna come on, you want to have it again? It won't hurt you.
I would also say it depends on like when what part of a relationship you're at. Like if this
Yeah,
is the
word.
beginning stages, it's like it's easy to just be like, I don't want to waste my time. I just want to meet somebody who's vegan and
Right.
go on from
Right.
there. But if this
Yeah.
is like you've been together 5 years and you were both vegan for 5 years and one of them was like, I don't want to be vegan anymore,
Then that's different.
then you're probably with this person, you really love this person. You're not just gonna break up with them just because
Right.
they changed that, their mindset on something. But I think that it really depends on like where you're at in the relationship.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy I dated, he was like not entirely right in the head.
You didn't date nobody else but him.
No, yeah.
Right.
But he was just like fucked, like he was just not cool at all about like my veganism or anything like that. And to the point where when he was cooking and whatever, he would be like, oh, but come on, like you've eaten it before and whatever. Like, why can't you at least try it now and whatever?
Like I said, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I would say, what like which I said before, was like I think that like people on the outside when they talk to a vegan, vegans mostly try to like not you guys because I just like all you guys have been saying like that. They try to force that shit on you, that conversation about like why you don't do that, you can't do this, and you do that shit. Like sometimes we don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and this happens a lot. Like when you go to a vegan and they say, "Oh yeah, we eat eggs." I mean, I didn't know the shit about eggs and the honey until y'all said this shit today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's forced on a lot of people instead of it just being regular.
Oof, that's a heavy topic I'm about to freaking bring up right now.
Yeah,
I
because
don't consider that even a heavy topic because that's the case with absolutely every topic ever in general.
Got they move.
I was saying, what I'm saying is that's the case with any topic ever in general. Like no matter what topic it is, it could be your lifestyle, it could be your diet, it could be your the way you exercise, it could be the way you work, it could be the way you study.
Religion.
Someone's religion, that's a huge one. Someone's always gonna be there to say, oh, they're gonna be very upfront about it. They're gonna be very, hey, like you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. It's bad for you, it's good for you, whatever.
oh yeah,
Instead of just letting you be and letting you try things yourself and letting you work it out
It's
and
the
make
same
the
way,
decisions
like,
yourself.
Feel about like Jehovah's Witnesses knocking at your door at like fucking 8:30 in the morning on Saturday. You
Mad
know what
early.
I mean? And
Oh,
it's
yeah.
and everybody's always gonna have like some type of defense mechanism or some type of opposing idea of what I'm trying to bring to light. Maybe certain people have taken that approach of being aggressive, like your tone is just very like condescending in a way too, because it's kind of like, well, how do you not already know that? Yeah. Things like that. But at the same time too, maybe if people stopped also generalizing vegans as being as such, as just portraying that type of behavior all the time, then you know what, maybe you would actually be able to listen, or maybe you'll just not be such a damn baby about it and just listen to the information. You know what I mean?
It's all about perspective at the end of the day.
Where like I
like-
said, if you're not open to having the conversation and listening and learning from the other person, then you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's just about where your mind is. Are you
Mhm.
willing to learn? Are you not? If great, listen, you don't vibe with it, awesome.
Yeah.
Moving on, right? Like that, it doesn't have to lead into anything crazy. It's just okay, great.
Yeah.
Everyone has a difference of opinion. That's what makes the world go around. Everyone has different theories and whatever. So as long as you respect mine and I respect yours, then we're good.
And that goes for both the person speaking the information and the person receiving the information.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was gonna say was a heavy topic though, because everybody like depends on why you went vegan too. Because some people only go vegan for health purposes.
Yeah.
Some
Mhm.
people only go vegan for just because it's a trend.
Mhm.
And then there's like people like myself. I'll speak for myself. I went vegan for the ethics, and you say like, oh, I don't want you to shove this down my throat. But when you think about it, you don't even ask these animals if you can kill them. You just kill them.
Yeah.
You don't ask them if you could take their milk or their babies or whatever. You just shove it down their throat, and they don't have a voice to say no. So when it's like when it affects you in the way where like you actually have compassion and you care about these animals, it's kind of like, why are you doing that? Like they want to spark that question in your head. They want you to really think about what you're doing, because when you do think that way, you unlock a whole deeper version of yourself,
Mhm.
and it can get so much more deeper within the relationship if you both are on that level. That's why I think it's important, and that's what like PC said, like everybody tries to look at vegans and like generalize them as like, oh, aggressive or this or whatever. They're just trying to make you think and trying to get you on that deep level.
Mhm.
And some people aren't willing to go there or dig deep that way.
Just like how people are willing to listen to like family values, or like and if you were willing to accept like information that you learned in school too, why is this any different? You know what I mean? Like just learning in general on a day-to-day makes you grow as a human, as like still like a soul that's just walking about and everything. There's nothing wrong with it. Or even just like actually thinking about how that actually made you feel, like how that question kind of like sparked inside you. You know what I mean? Like it'll and it's more than just food. You know what I mean? Like it's also
So like
It's
Absolutely.
It is a
lifestyle, but at
lifestyle.
the same time, you start to think about all these other companies that like basically treat their employees like shit, and
Oh,
like where you're
yeah.
getting your clothes from, like that Shein stuff. That shit, you're breathing plastics. You're breathing like these chemicals. The Shein.
It's like a clothing company, fast fashion. It also opens your mind to things like that. It doesn't even have to be animal justice. It literally is like a social justice
The
thing.
government, what they doing to the products that they give to the society of the world. Why are they even? You think the government is for you? They're not for you. They don't give a fuck about you. They really trying to kill us all off. Like you start
It's
opening your
crazy.
mind to so many different levels of life.
You do.
I would say to keep that towards the like the food during the veganism thing that we were doing. The whole reason salmonella, he was saying earlier, like you wouldn't eat raw chicken because salmonella, right? The whole reason, the whole reason chickens have salmonella, or there's a whole reason you can never eat a whole chicken raw, is because the way they treat the chickens, the way they produce them. So like once they pluck all the feathers and everything like that, they pretty much bathe them all in the same waters and then move on and then keep doing the next batches in all that same water. That's why you can never even attempt to eat chicken raw or anywhere near raw, because they're all pretty much being washed in the same water. So they're all going to be contaminated with the same things. Same thing with the eggs and all that other stuff. Like they all go through the same process, so they're all going to be contaminated.
All the hormones that they pump inside of these animals to make them bigger, to produce more.
The more you eat it, the more it builds in your own system, and the more it actually starts affecting you.
So true.
Awesome.
This is a very productive episode. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Spreading knowledge.
You didn't invest in glasses.
Bro, she has on
Her
contact.
eyes are like so close to this thing.
I'm blind.
Ziti said, "How about Sal drinking hazelnut coffee first time he came over, even though he's allergic?"
Oh yeah.
What?
So
You're allergic to hazelnuts?
so from like I think I was like 13, 14, I found out 18 on my 18th birthday. I found out I was allergic to hazelnuts because I had some hazelnut coffee, broke out into hives. My whole arms were like all fucked up, and much later on, this is now like what 10, almost 10 years, yeah, almost 10 years later. I don't think I'm that allergic to it anymore. Just in general, or whatever coffee it is that I had then is completely different than what I had now. So every time I go into their house, they would always have some hazelnut coffee brewing. I would just be sipping.
Y'all trying to kill him.
She
trying
would
to get
notice
used
and come
to
and
it.
rip the cup out of my
They're
hands.
trying to kill you.
For real.
We gotta go. She's trying to kill you 3 times. And I just noticed this. We didn't even tell you about the rest of the life.
Oh man, poor Sal. We love
Aw.
Sal. Sal's awesome. We love Sal. What?
Huh?
What? But yes, very successful episode. I'm glad we did this. Like I said, we want to reach different audiences, right? These are conversations that are necessary because again, this is a lifestyle that is trending, a lifestyle that is expanding, and why not share the information that we have, right? So yes, I hope you guys had fun.
Yes,
Any
last
definitely.
words?
Thank
Come
you.
Any last words?
Go vegan.
Yeah.
Dairy is scary.
Dairy scary.
Scary.
Sal?
Be open and try everything.
Word.
Don't say you hate something or you don't like something if you haven't even tried it.
Word.
You should tell Jazmine that.
I do, and I make her try everything.
Yeah, that's hard.
She
That's it, you
she
haven't
likes my
tried it, that's-
vegan penne alla vodka.
Oh, word. That
It
shit
was
is
banging.
so
I'm not
good.
even gonna lie, it was banging.
Oh,
Do you want your stomach to hurt? That's all I'm gonna say. Do you want it to hurt? That's all I'm gonna say.
I
Tired of
love
it.
that. Oh man. Well, with that, right? We'll link all the information that they said and accounts and whatever. We'll link it down below so you guys can check them out. And we thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your time. Follow Blunt. Oh,
What is it?
follow. What I can't see what you're saying. Follow Blunt Wisdom on Instagram. Our personals are on there. You guys want to share your IGs or not?
Oh, X Junebug X.
You don't have to.
All right,
Chrissy
remember mine.
XP93.
Got to share your
Yes, please.
your
please
graphic
don't.
design.
Sure. No, it's at I_am_no_dali DALI_2.
We gonna
I'll
link
put- I'll
it
put
because
it
ain't nobody
like
call
that.
all that.
And from there, you can
Remember-
find her
Extra
photography and
username.
her artistic one.
That's
yeah,
a fact.
exactly. That's
We
her,
always link her. Weekly wisdom, real quick. Stay open minded. It's all about perception. Growth within helps us growth as a collective. And that's all I got.
Yeah, exactly. Like
wrap.
you said, I mean, I don't partake in
Yeah, you
in
do.
the vegan stuff, but it doesn't
Yes,
hurt
she
to
does.
learn. You know, they've never been like OD pushy or anything like that, but you know, it's like it's good to learn. It's good to share the information. We hope you guys took something from it, right? And yeah, that's our wisdom for the week.
Yes, like,
Yes.
comment, subscribe.
Yes. And stay tuned for next month's live because we're gonna be coming
Ooh.
at you from Colombia.
Yeah.
Damn.
We are going
Colombia,
from
we
fun.
going central.
Medellin.
Oh, we doing that on both our pages?
Yes.
Lit.
Hell
Y'all
yeah.
gonna see me lit.
Our next live will be live in Medellin, Colombia.
Yes, yes. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys subscribe, notification bells, all that jazz.
Each and every Friday, brand new episode. You already know. We out of here.
We don't got time for your question. Later.
See ya. She's trying.
Oh, this is so awkward. This is cringe.
Nah, we could edit it.